But I'm gonna fuck around and make my whole fucking album distorted, and they gonna be like that boy edgy as fuck. Yeah, fuck. TCAP 803.
Coming heavy with the weight and feel. Wonder if the hoes in Jesus' hand he'll give a fuck how a man feel. Whole world at a standstill, stigmatized. Donald Trump they will not criticize. Still question Obama like my nigga lied. White girls using some my nigga ride. Out here switching sides. Costing shit to mind the window cause they living blind. And they soul not showing. I swear my flow how potent. How these hoes got open and you know Pop's joking. If he expect forgiveness, I'm wondering your seven victim house free of heaven's prison. These are split decisions. And I think I give the misses what I give the masses. My whole arm, there are no walls. I ain't kissing ass in the shit and I don't stop. Don't stop. She ain't bars, the end and she won't call her. You didn't see her coming. People are screaming, running, baby like babies. Why they didn't need enough to drive horsepower. Steven punching, smoking weed, I'm blunting. Notice these are stunning, ain't me like Jesus function. Eating knowledge, I got key consumption. Super Saiyan wanna be. I eat a peanut butter. Twitter family, they ugly. You can keep your cousin, most people puzzling. You want my time is about an hour and I need 100. I seen your ship and see it sunken. Missing me, she keep on cutting. She a keeper, love a hot box, a beaming bucket. My demon, she seen a sucker. She bring me, need me, so fucking here for long haul. Press hold to God calls.
Hello, Creighton. Wow, see, yeah, like put your headphones on. Like this is loud too. I don't know. Something's up with the Soundcraft. Like everything's so much louder than usual.
Well, as long as it looks good on the audio.
I mean, yeah, everything looks fine up here, like normal. It's just,
No, I
oh
just
my
mean-
god, don't blow into the mic right now.
Why?
It's so much louder than usual.
I'm tired.
I am also kind of tired.
Not like that. Oh shit! Hold on. PSA: the pipeline issue is not causing shortage. Okay. Just more people complain about the gas stuff.
The gas stuff has gotten out of hand
Oh yeah.
over
Crazy.
on the East Coast right now.
What's the whole southeast? Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Like where the
Yeah, I just
Where
said
the
the East
pipeline-
Coast.
well, it's not
it's
the
it's
entire
up
East
it's
Coast.
up toward up north as well.
Is
quite a
it
lot.
really?
It starts up closer, like close to like I want to say near like the bottom of New York, down to Pennsylvania. I saw a chart where this like pipeline goes, and it's like it's a big tree of the whole East Coast.
Mm.
Like it goes down far, but it goes up pretty far too.
Well, the thing about it is like it's not even that bad. It's all the panic buying.
Yeah, like the actual, what really happened was they had like they were like a day behind, and ended up not being like if everyone would just wait a day,
Mm-hmm.
we'd have gas. But everyone went crazy, so now it's gonna get even crazier.
Yeah. It's gonna be annoying. What?
I was plugged into the fourth thing, not the third one that I'm used to, so it was cut up all the way. I just fixed it.
okay.
Everything's right for them, but it was loud for me specifically.
Oh, it's just you. That's why you were.
That's why I
panicking.
was. I wasn't
'Cause,
panicking.
like,
it
I
just
put
sounded. It
my-
was.
I put my headphones on. I was like, no, this feels right. I think I'm turning sus.
What?
Oh no, that's what Flint said.
Where did he say that? I don't see that.
And then Kat said, "You're not the first one."
Oh, that was way up there.
Yeah, it's well all the way up top. Charlie, I'm sorry for bringing up your muscles.
Listen,
He just feels self-conscious, you
it's
know.
not that I'm even self-conscious. I
It's,
just don't want to talk about it.
It's a body image thing, you know.
Look, we do a podcast. I'm not sitting here trying to talk about how strong I am. It's not a body image thing I'm
no, but
not
hear me
proud
out.
of. I
just,
know I.
like you gotta. Let me explain this because I feel like
you explain this.
Well, I feel like I understand your body better than you do.
Oh, is that right?
So it's kind of like some women.
Your body
are
makes noises when it walks.
Some women are well endowed and have huge boobies,
Okay.
but they get embarrassed by them, so they cover them up. Charlie just has huge muscles. He has boobies on his arms. They're just really massive, and so
No.
he gets embarrassed whenever people bring him up, so he has to cover them up. But really, what he should be doing, like the women should be doing with the big boobies, is embracing them in the world, letting
Is that
God's
right?
gift shine for all of us. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, now that you've broken it down incorrectly, let me break it down the reason that it really is. We do a podcast where we say words, and I'd rather people hear the words than look at the stuff.
If you really wanted people to hear the words, you would have cut the video off a long time ago.
That's not what I mean. No. What? That makes no sense.
'Cause nobody's listening to us. Not really.
Wow.
just
How
here-
guys,
they're
how do
just
you all
here to-
feel about
they're
this?
just here
He's
to-
called you all nobody.
No. I just mean
That's what he
I'm
just
just
said.
saying nobody wants to hear us. They come here to look at us.
Is that right?
Yeah. It's right.
Guys, how do you all feel about this?
Oh, look at this.
I was driving to my hair appointment, and the line for gas was at least a mile long. It goes from New York to Louisiana. Yeah, see, like it goes very far up.
So about half the country.
This goes all the way to the top, Creighton.
So
This goes all the way to the top.
So what's the gas prices look like in the West? Is everything pretty normal over there?
I have no idea. Probably not. Everything's pretty expensive all over the place, just anyway. Like, just because of the natural state of shit being terrible right now.
We should go on a vacation.
I'm
Things will be
going on
better.
a vacation. I'm
Oh,
leaving
are you
Friday.
guys gonna go? Like, still,
Yeah.
even with the gas thing?
Yeah,
Like, so, like, are you guys driving? Or are you guys flying?
driving.
Even with the gas thing?
Yeah, what?
You guys aren't worried about like trying to find like a pump or anything like that on the way?
No. All we gotta do is fill up one time, and the trip there, like if it's gonna take like two tanks to get there, so like we have 310 miles to find to find a place to get some gas the second time.
Are you guys gonna bring a can with you just in case?
I don't know, probably, but who knows? How do they not know any references? It's an Among Us joke.
Well, you see.
Wait, what joke?
We are dumb.
Did you say something?
Yeah,
before that?
he's the Among Us thing. You know, he's like.
I'm saying 2%.
everyone's
2%
sus.
didn't say anything until then. So I don't know.
Maybe
what
he's talking
his-
about
I don't
Flint's
know.
thing.
I mean, yeah, I know that Among Us, the sus thing is Among Us jokes. I just don't. I'm not calling out every Among Us. Flint's thing has said sus every time he's been here for the last 8 podcasts. I love looking at y'all's sexy face. Kat, are you drinking? It'll listen to your words. They're pretty liberal in the West, so $4 a gallon.
Jesus.
Okay. Damn, I'm pretty sus. Yeah, Flint, you are pretty sus. You constantly in my head have a knife.
I feel like it's Copenhagen,
I am LOL.
and it's for
can't
sure
really watch.
Jack. Jack always has a knife, just for no reason.
Well, I wouldn't say no reason. It's for self-defense.
Yeah.
Always have a knife on you. For
What's
self-defense.
what's the knife against a gun?
Better than hands?
That's fair. That's a good point. How well can you throw the knife? Is the question.
Might not even have to throw it. Some people can't shoot, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I've learned a lot in the last the last month or so about how inept a lot of people truly are. Like, a lot of people don't even know how. Dude, some people don't know how to use a gun. People legit. People think I saw this guy. I was watching this video of this douche frat looking dude, you know,
Yeah.
who thought he was a baller, at a weapons course training thing, and he the instructor asked him. He said, "Have you ever shot a gun?" And the guy was like, "No, I haven't. Not a real one." He was like, "What do you mean not a real one? What kind of gun have you shot?" He's like, BB guns." He was like, "Okay, well, I've got 3 targets out here that are gonna come at you on a string. They're propelled on a wire and they're gonna fly at you, but there's gonna be 10 of them doing it. You gotta find the ones that aren't little kids and that are bad guys and take them out. And it's gonna move pretty slow. They're gonna move at 5 miles an hour. Nothing crazy. Kind of
What
jogging
somebody
speed.
running at you would be.
Yeah, basically, or not even kind of slower, right?
Kind of like a fast-paced walk, 'cause I think the fastest.
Yeah,
somebody
but
can
and
run
they're
is,
and they're gonna
12.
come from 40 feet out, so you've got a second. And the guy was like, "Yeah, no problem." And it was horrendous.
ugly, wasn't it?
He didn't hit a target. He shot 3 kids, emptied the clip
Before he could.
before he even
got to the last
but never
target.
even got to one of the guys. It was so bad. And I feel like a lot of people just don't understand when you grab a gun and pull the trigger for real is a weird feeling. It's not the same.
Yeah. It
It's
really
not.
isn't.
It's not a BB gun. It's not an airsoft gun or a paintball gun. Those don't do anything. This shit, guns do something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Now, once you get used to it, a gun is just as not much of a feeling as anything else.
I need to practice shooting my gun.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I've just it's been a while. 'Cause number one, I don't have a gun cleaning kit, and I don't have one of these the headset things. 'Cause I've tried the earplugs, and the earplugs just don't work for me as far as shooting goes. I'd rather have one of the noise canceling headsets that you can shoot it with. But the good news is I found a target that I have set up down at where I shoot at. So I'm slowly building up my target so I can hopefully have a wider range of stuff to shoot at.
Yeah, we've got a place out in Buford that me and Mike will be able to go whenever we actually decide to go get our our CWPs. Wait, CWL?
Guess
Permit?
Carry.
Yeah, permit
CC.
CWP. That shit. I don't know. It just depends. I mean, really, it's at this point, it's a matter of bullets.
Yeah,
Bullets are expensive.
Yeah.
LOL, ignore me, guys. Nice. I literally said can't really watch when you say can't really watch.
I bought me a box of bullets when we were in Camden looking at that other Lincoln for like $40 or something like that. I mean, it wasn't crazy. I could have gotten 2, but I was just like, let's get the
My
one.
grandmother was emptying out that cabinet today,
Mm.
and there were so many bullets. I was like, no, just keep them in there. She's like, Christopher, they got my fingerprints on them. What happens? What happens if like something happens? I was like, are you committing crimes? Like what? Why do you have a problem? Yeah, what do you have a problem with having your fingerprints on them? She was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
She's just very Italian now.
Yeah, it was really funny.
Italians are shady.
Charlie, are you wearing the same shirt as yesterday? No.
He just has a lot of black shirts.
I do. I have a lot of just dark
I do
colored
too.
black shirt, gray shirts. I've got like legit probably 10 or 15 shirts that are all black or look black.
Like, I didn't realize it until I was moving rooms at my house, but like so much of my wardrobe is just like black clothes and like black shirts. And I'm like, damn, I really need to like spruce up what I wear. As far like, because the Hawaiian shirts are the only colorful shirts that I wear.
I bought a white collared shirt so that I'd have like a white shirt that wasn't my fucking my Rugrat shirt with Reptar on it.
Yeah.
And like it immediately got dirty, like dirty to a point where like I've already washed it and it doesn't like wash out.
See, like,
And that's the problem with like white shirts.
you don't get a white shirt. Get like an orange shirt or a yellow shirt or like a blue shirt or like a navy blue shirt.
I just like white. I like the white,
Or
I
purple.
like white collared shirts. Like,
Why do you like white? Is it a white?
well, because
collar
they go
crime?
good with everything. Like you can wear something over it, and it look good. You know what I mean? Like solid white and solid black are like both such great colors for like wearing an undershirt. And I like wearing undershirts. Like if I'm gonna wear like a jacket over it or whatever, especially when I'm going to the poker games. Like they're just good shirts to wear. And it got dirty because of the poker game. Because like when
Why
I'm
don't you
sitting,
just
when I
buy
sit up on the
you-
table, I'm pressed up against the table, and it, like there's like a black spot like right here from it being. I think we had like a 12 or 13 hour game the night I wore it to the game, and like I was pressed up against the table all night long. It just got dirty.
You know what you need to do.
My sister came into my room this morning and took all my Wii games and left. So this is gonna be a long feud. like Creighton.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
It's only 'cause Charlie interrupts me a lot.
When you say like.
Yes. You should take the shirt and let me wash it for you. I'm good at washing. I'm good at laundry.
Okay.
Yeah, I can get that stain out for you.
It's a white shirt. I'll just bleach it.
Well, I mean, like, you don't want to bleach it because depending on the stain, it might set it.
What?
Depending on what the stain is, it might set it. Like, it'll set it into the cloth of the shirt.
Okay, I mean, it's a $3 shirt. I don't care that
I
much.
mean, like, I could probably use some lemon juice and some borax on it and it'll get it out.
How long does lower back pain usually last after picking up something heavy the wrong way? Well, that there's a lot of ways that could
Yeah.
happen. I mean, if you do nothing about it, it could last a long time. If you if you work it out a little or try and get it looked at, it just depends. I mean, you might want to take an aspirin or some Aleve, or depending on like what kind of pain it is and where it really like is coming from or where it goes to. What'd you do? Why'd you try and pick something up wrong, like the heavy the
what
wrong
are you
way?
doing?
My neck hurts.
How do I add stuff to this?
My neck
Does it
hurts
work?
from laying in a salon sink for an hour today.
Oh my god.
How is it there for an hour? Does it take that long to wash your hair? I mean, it can take a long time. Like I've said, whenever I went to go get my hair cut, at the place where I get it washed, it would like sometimes I'd sit there for like 15 minutes, 'cause like she would be doing something and then notice that something was not right and be like, hold on, let me fix this first. And like she'd go into the other room and blah 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 and then come back, and like before you know it, I'd been sitting there like 15-20 minutes. I miss that. If there's anything I miss about getting my haircut there, was that they would like shampoo my hair when the haircut was done. That is the greatest feeling on the planet. Someone else washing your hair for you. That was like a level of pamperedness that I was like, this is incredible for less than $20.
No, I agree.
This is the best feeling on the planet.
Where was that at? Is that at Walmart?
Well, I was not gonna say it.
Oh,
That's
I'm
why I
sorry.
kept saying
I'm sorry.
that
I'm
place.
sorry.
But yeah, they're awesome over there.
That's my bad.
But Kristen is just so much better of a hair.
Kristen is.
She's
really
incredibly
with
good at cutting hair. I was bringing water bottle packages and picked up all 3 at the same time. Oh my god, because I didn't want to make multiple trips. Dude,
Yeah. Did you
make
lift with your legs?
multiple trips. Always make multiple trips with those things. Those things get so heavy the more you stack them. Like if I'm feeling like an absolute baller, I'll just carry 2 at a time.
I would never want to. So we stock water.
I've carried
sometimes.
3 at a time one time and was like, nope, never again.
We stock water sometimes at Food Line. I mean, like you have to roll the pallet out there and then just like bend over and
Yep.
throw it onto the shelf. Like you had to pull it up to the shelf and then just do it. And just doing that, like
See,
you're
at
not even
Walmart,
stepping.
they did it right at Walmart with like the big giant undershelves because they just drop the pallets there.
No. They don't do that either.
At Walmart, they do.
No, I mean I know they do that at Walmart, but I mean like that's not how they stock it. Cause like
Not
I've
at
s-
yours.
not the one I worked at.
Oh, at
'Cause they
Walmart
had
they
it-
do. I'm there when they do it.
Yeah,
I've
I've
grabbed
had-
the pallet
Though
before.
at the neighborhood markets they have the pallet up underneath, but what they do is you have to pull out the empty pallet, and then you have to, for whatever reason, they're like you have to reuse a certain one, so you unload the whole pallet onto that pallet and then push it back under there.
I don't know Walmart.
Not at
They're-
ours,
they're
but I
lazy.
mean that was a thing at one point, and I was like, why? And because I used to have to do juice and water whenever I would be stocking, and that shit, like I mean, you're fucking whipped by the time it's over. You
I
know?
mean, yeah, you're
like
tossing water.
I would rather go back to doing landscaping.
and
than
and
to
Walmart's got
stock
those
Walmart.
40 bottle packs
Yes.
too. They've got those big packs of water,
Yeah.
which is just so great. I love going there. It's like my favorite shit in the world. I mean, that's what I have. There's one over there. The last one I have is over there right now.
Do you need more?
I mean, yeah, I need to go get some more. I'm down to 1 pack. Well, I probably could wait 'cause I'm about to leave town for like 4
you
days.
are, aren't you?
I don't know how long we're gonna be gone. We've been like talking about it, and we're like, dude, are we gonna be gone for like 3 days or like 6? There's a very good chance we could be gone for a
Go
minute.
for as long as you like.
Could
Have you
even
thought
fuck
any more
sticks.
about letting me and Matt do stuff while you're gone?
Well, not really, considering neither of you have talked to me about it. Yeah,
Like,
you
did
just-
want
you
us
just
to
make-
talk to you about it.
Yes.
Well, I thought
What?
us talking last night was be like, 'cause you were like, let me think about it.
Well, first of all, I haven't heard a word from Matt about this.
Well, I'm still like, he's been busy. He's works during the week.
Yeah, no, I know. I know that.
He has a real job.
Yes, and
I mean, I have
I'm
a real
aware
job
of that.
too, but I mean, like he has like.
Listen,
a
I feel
Monday
like
through
you
Friday
think that
job.
when you talk to me about plans on here that I consider that us talking
Oh,
about
you
it.
don't?
No, we're on the
Oh.
podcast.
Oh, well then my bad.
We talk about things all the time on here that just never happen because it's a podcast.
Well then we'll just revisit.
And then but sometimes you'll talk about it after the podcast and be like, "Hey man, so like what about this?" And then we'll have a real conversation. And then that real conversation happens and it feels like a real conversation. Cuz the podcast, most of it is banter. And when you say things, you know how many hypotheticals we've talked about on this podcast?
That's fair. We have
Do you know how many people we've talked about having on that we never even actually even sort of kind of messaged about having on?
That's fair.
It's
We
like,
did
dude,
that to
yeah, we
Z
should
multiple times.
Dude, we should have Z on and James, bring Chris, Valdez, and like my grandma and like her grandma. Wait, she's not alive. And then like we have all these crazy conversations, and then they never actually mean anything.
It's not that they don't.
Hi
mean
Copenhagen.
anything.
Hashtag crap podcast. Greetings, shit too. How are you on this lovely day? I mean, look, I'm not opposed to Matt coming on doing the podcast. What I'm opposed to is you being here without my supervision.
Why?
'Cause I don't trust you. I don't trust you at my computer.
I mean, look, it's like I expressed to you last night. I care more about the podcast happening than I care about fucking with you.
See, I'll never understand that feeling.
What do you mean?
'Cause I feel so attacked whenever I'm here and you just, I leave to pee for literally 5 seconds and you sit in my chair. I don't like that.
Yeah, that's more of antics. But like, even if they were like, do it while you're gone, I wouldn't do it. 'Cause I mean, look, you gotta look at it from my perspective. It wouldn't be a real reaction from you without you being here. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm doing it, but I'm not really doing it because you're not here to like slap me.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything to me.
No, but I
the
mean-
amount of times you've put up the windshield wipers on friends' cars, I know that you don't mean that. I know that you don't have to be there to
No,
enjoy
but that's
the entertainment.
the windshield wiper thing's a little bit different 'cause you have to face that eventually. This is like I sit in your chair.
I have to face
and
that.
then I
you're
go
gonna
back.
you're gonna record it.
How are you gonna?
We're
No,
gonna
but I mean,
record
you're not
this and
gonna
put it out
like.
in the
You're
world.
not really gonna face it though. Like, what are you gonna do? Slap me when I'm like 2 weeks later? Like, No, it's not the same.
I will definitely do it.
I mean, I know you will, but it's not the same.
And
as
it's
in
not
the
going to be
moment.
2 weeks. It's going to be the day after.
I mean, I know it's going to be the day.
I'm going to be
Look,
here
it doesn't
the
matter.
same week.
If it's not there in the moment, it doesn't really mean anything to me. You know what I mean?
Then why do you do the windshield wipers?
The windshield wiper thing is more of a like you're gonna have to fix that. And I really don't do the windshield wiper thing anymore. Quentin
Mhm.
does it more than I do 'cause he's done it to me like 3 times in the last month. 'Cause he'll come to work when I'm like
Every single time, yeah.
Yeah.
He does it every time he can.
He just does
'Cause
like
it's like the easiest joke in the world to pull now.
he just does
Yeah.
he just does the one though.
Yes.
And this one time, it was right after I saw my ex across the parking lot, and I thought it was my ex that had done it, and I was like, well, that's weird. And then I got to thinking about it, and I was like, maybe it was Quentin, and Quentin just didn't say anything to me.
That would be hilarious. I'm driving to South Carolina this weekend to do the podcast. I read that out of order. But wait, hold on. The week first of all, they're not doing it over the weekend if they
Yeah,
do it.
we are.
When they do it, it'll be like Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
Definitely wouldn't trust Creighton, but I would enjoy watching pure chaos and hellfire that would ensue with Creighton on the helm of this very own. Of
Well,
his
I
very own
wouldn't.
shit
I
liner.
wouldn't even be on the helm. The helm is like way too much for me. I don't want to steer the ship.
See,
I
I'm
just
sitting
want
in
to
the
ride.
helm. I'm at the helm.
I want to
Creighton's-
ride. I want to sit next to the guy who's at the helm.
Creighton is like assistant to the first mate.
Yes.
Creighton is the Dwight of this show. Creighton is very much the like he's not.
but
in
without
charge.
all the ass kissing.
I don't know, man.
I'm like Jim, but if Jim was Dwight. Or Michael. No, I'm more Michael, but if Michael was Dwight.
Sunday, that's the weekend. Duh. Yeah, but
we said Monday and Tuesday, not Sunday.
Yeah.
Who said anything about Sunday? Sunday.
you beat me by 1 second. I was about to do it.
We need that on the soundboard.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
And then like it'd be even funnier 'cause we never do
Right
one
hand
Sunday.
man. Barney Fife. Yeah, Barney Fife. Creighton would shoot himself in the foot. Yes, he would.
Hey, I can use a gun. I have multiple times.
Yeah, you can use a gun and
I
shoot
wouldn't
yourself in the
shoot
foot.
myself in the foot, though.
You don't think?
I'm a pretty good shot. Have I showed you my thing for my test?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, it's just like pretty much perfect every time.
Somebody I know took his girlfriend to get her concealed weapons permit recently, and she had never shot a gun before, and she got 49 out of 50 shots on the target. She'd never shot before.
That's amazing.
She was like just a crack shot, like just natural.
That's beautiful. That's how you know there is a God.
That's how you know. I remember when I was 12, 11 or 12, we had like a big church camp, like a week-long church camp over
Yeah.
the summer.
Vacation Bible School.
Sort
That's what
of.
it is. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't. Vacation Bible School itself is like an organization, and this
Oh,
was like
really?
this was its own thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Vacation Bible School is like run by people, like certain people that come and like give you like the information to do it. Ours was like it was run by like the church. Like the
Uh-huh.
church did it. It was fun. I mean, we had a blast. We had like there were paintball fights, boxing, a zip line. Like they went all out. But the first day, one of the things was a turkey shoot, where you use a shotgun with bird shot, and you try and get as many pellets in like a piece of paper that had like a turkey head, like with a circle surrounding it. You want to get as many in that circle as you can. And there was 130 people in the camp, and I had the second most of anybody in the camp
That's pretty.
when I
cool.
was 12,
So
and
you're a pretty good
I could
shot.
barely hold the shotgun. It was so
Did it
so
hurt your
heavy.
shoulder?
No, it was just heavy because I was, dude. You remember, this was like when I was in middle school still.
Yeah. So you're tiny.
So I was little.
Did it blow you back?
No, it pushed me back a little. Like it jerked my shoulder back, but it was just heavy. Like it didn't hurt to shoot it. It was just heavy to literally lift up.
Mm.
'Cause I couldn't like rest it on anything. I had to like hold it up and shoot, and it was like it was really tough.
It is kind of heavy.
For-
isn't it?
Well, I mean, not now. Now it's just a gun.
No, I
like,
just mean like say you're used to a handgun, and then you
well,
switch to
at
a
that
shotgun.
time I had not ever
No,
shot.
no,
That was the first time
just
I ever
mean
shot a
if
real
you're somebody
gun.
who's only ever shot pistols or like handguns.
At that point, I had never shot anything.
yeah,
I was 12. I mean,
yeah. I mean, that's
That
even
was the
more
first
heavier
time.
for you, but I'm just saying like if you aren't used to the weight, either.
well, yeah. I mean, I wasn't used to weight 'cause I was 12.
But I mean, I've heard of people who work with long guns all the time, and it being like kind of like the reverse, like they're not used to like so much weight being in such a small area, you know.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, it's like when you pick up a real sword for the first time. A lot of people
Yeah.
don't realize swords are fucking heavy.
Yeah.
Like they're not, it's not like just this. It's not a
You can't just
stick.
whip.
Yeah, it's not like it's not a fencing sword. Like I feel like everyone thinks real swords are like fencing swords, because when you pick up a fencing sword, even a fencing sword has like just a little more weight than you're like, wait a second, this doesn't. How do they just? It's like that's like a that's
It's all
like
on the wrist.
it's all on the wrist. Like people get used to that, but a real sword, like a fucking, like not even mention like a broadsword's a broadsword. You know what I mean? Like a broadsword's a two-handed fucking crazy
Death
weapon.
machine.
Like in Game of Thrones, the mountain to him a normal he uses a broadsword as like a normal like one-handed sword
Yeah.
because he's the fucking mountain. But like that sword you got, like nobody could use that. Like
Yeah.
they wouldn't know how to actually. It's so big. It's so gigantic. Like I feel like people don't understand how swords.
Oh, the sword that I have. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
like just in terms of like if you pick
And
that
that's
thing
not
up
even
with
like a real sword.
yeah, that's still like even that is like a replica version of like what a sword. Like
Yeah.
it could probably work if you needed it to be a sword. It would function as a sword for like a second, but it's just so. Even it is kind of small.
I'm
like
gonna
like
get like
light
a good
in
sword
terms of
made one day.
why.
Just one nice sword. Something I can hand down to my kids. And be like, your father fought with this in World War II.
$10.
Or
I
your
could get him to say
great-grandfather.
that word with a
What?
hard R. What? Copenhagen, what are you talking about? Easiest $10 you'd ever make, Copenhagen. Like Creighton or me?
Not me. Probably you. 'Cause you say it a lot.
Yeah, okay. Jesus Creighton.
When you're at
Why do
your
you say things
when
like
you're
that?
at your social gatherings during the week. Your weekly
During
social
the week? I don't go do anything.
Your weekly social club meetings.
I sit in my room. What club meetings are you talking
The
about?
ones with the I don't know what you call them, but their initials are like KKK. I can't read it. It's hard to read. And you wear that really cool looking hood thing or whatever that you got going on.
Mm-hmm.
You guys all dress up like ghosts, huh?
Yeah.
What's that about?
I try and make it evident that I don't like it. But he keeps talking about it. He says he listens, and he never does.
I listen.
No,
I
you don't.
care.
No, you don't. You definitely don't care. Said multiple times.
The one where he wears that thing that looks like a bad wedding dress.
Exactly.
Cat, how do you know what that looks like?
How do you?
Huh? I see you wearing it.
Uh-huh.
See, it's 'cause of the implication.
It's not that I don't
Oh,
have
you're not
one.
gonna play the implication?
See, the thing
Oh.
is, I don't even have one of those things.
I know, but it's just like,
And you always, you say you see me in it. Makes me think that you're having dreams about the Ku Klux Klan and me being in it. What it sounds like to me is that Creighton wants me to join his crew,
my crew,
his chapter,
my chapter.
because he sees me somehow in his brain. He sees me wearing Ku Klux Klan attire all the time
Okay.
and wants me to join. I mean, that's how. I live near where that rally was. I saw Charlie there. Right. Rally? Was that like a thing in the news that happened recently? Was there a big Klan thing?
No, I think she's just making a joke.
Ah.
They rally together. What is this? I got like a sticker in my shoe. There was something I was gonna ask you.
What were you gonna ask me? Did you come by and get the thing today?
No,
Okay.
no, there was something. Hold
Oh,
on.
Charlottesville.
Don't let me lose it. Damn
Stop
it.
breathing into the mic
Well,
so
I just
hard.
can't help it. Like it's.
Just look away.
No, I mean I'm trying to 'cause there was something important I wanted to ask you. And it was gonna be this. It's gonna lead to this whole conversation about.
We were talking about the Klan.
Oh, the Freemasons.
What about them?
Do you think it's weird, like the Freemasons?
I don't know anything about the Freemasons.
You don't know anything about them?
No, I know a guy
So-
who's in the Freemasons, and that's all. I know nothing about what the Freemasons
I don't.
is.
I don't think weird. I don't think they're weird in the sense of what they. I guess. Well, that's the thing. Nobody really knows what they do. You know what I mean? Except for the
No,
people
I
they're
don't.
they're
I
in there,
don't know.
which is I mean, it sounds pretty cool. Like when you start to think about it, in that.
What's that? I don't know what we're
So
talking about.
basically, it's just like a big secret club. He told me on his deathbed he will tell me.
My uncle's in the Freemasons. He told me on his deathbed he will tell me.
Oh.
There you go.
No, but I mean, like, so essentially what they are is kind of like, from my understanding, is people that are kind of like influential in society
Okay.
that are part of a club that I guess try to use their power for good, like their socials power for good.
Okay.
But I don't know.
I hate clubs.
I've heard though rumors about like there'll be people with swords guarding the door, and if anybody walks in, they're supposed to hack the person to death with a sword.
Okay.
And then we had somebody that was like me and you were pretty close to at one point join them, and then like he just stopped talking about it.
Okay. Who? Who? Like without saying it?
I don't know. I don't know what
Don't
I
know,
could do.
you don't know how to say it?
I don't know how to say it without saying it, 'cause I feel like we've talked about that person a lot in here to know, like, that people would know.
Okay, well then I probably know who we're talking about.
Yeah.
If it's who I think, he basically told me they just hang out.
What if he was lying to you?
He was lying then. I don't know. I'm just saying what he said. I'm just relaying information. I don't think it's some big grand conspiracy. I think it's just a version of like it's what like people who join the Ku Klux Klan when they're young, it's like that but not horrible. Like, you know, people I was listening to Daryl Davis, I want to say it's his name, on Joe Rogan's podcast. He was a black jazz pianist who
Penis. That's how you say it.
who what?
Penis. That's how you say it.
Oh. And he got a lot of people out of the Klan, like 200
Really?
people. Yeah, and he said a lot of those guys aren't like these horrible people that you would associate with the words Ku Klux Klan. He's like, a lot of these guys are very like, they're just family guys. You know, they joined because their dad was in it, and 'cause his dad was in it, and his dad was in it, and they just joined up 'cause that's what everyone in their family does. That's what they do. They go to the meetings, they meet with the community, and they talk, and they better themselves and the people around them. And
It's like guys
it's
looking
just-
for a place
it's-
to belong.
yeah, it's for people who don't have a place, and it just happens to be based in this horrible, like, situation and this horrible thing, and they just have this predisposition towards black people, and
Because of it.
yeah, and you know, just other races in general because of it, and like his whole story is that he met a Klan member at a bar, and was playing the piano, and the guy thought, like, the other guy was kind of learned in music, and like was having a conversation with him about like music and how he sounds like all these other people and blah blah blah. And at the very end of the night, he says, I never would have thought I'd have a drink with a black man like for this long at a bar. And he was like, well, why do you say that? And like, it was one of his buddies that said that. You never would have thought you'd sat there this long and done this, right? And he was like, yeah. And then he was like, so Daryl Davis grew up like overseas, like in Europe, like in like these international private schools.
That
where
don't
it's like
really
the-
give a fuck about that kind of thing.
Like, yeah, he didn't experience racism until he was like 10 or 11 years old, when he came to America during like the civil rights movements, and like he was trying to go to segregated or desegregated schools, and like kids, like people were like throwing cans at him and shit, and he was like, what is happening? Like, he didn't understand, because like he never dealt with it as a little kid. He was like, you know, he was like a black kid in Europe going to these like white schools, and then because he's kind of old. He's like, I want to say he's in his late 60s or early 70s now. So like he was dealing with it back then, you know, like he was still, it was all in the midst. And so fast forward to when he's like an accomplished pianist already, and he's in this bar like performing with these guys. And he has this conversation with this guy, and his buddy tells him, like, you never thought you'd sit here like this long with a black dude, did you? And he's like, and Daryl goes, what do you mean? And the guy pulls out his wallet and hands him his KKK identification card.
What?
And he's like, that's why. And he's like, whoa, well, and like he sits there and he talks for a minute with him. And at the end, he says, could I have your phone number? Because I want to talk to you more about this. I want to understand like what's going on here. Because it's still like even at that point, I think that was when he was in his like 20s, late 20s, early 30s. Like he still didn't quite. He was like, "What's happening? What's going on here?" And so he befriends this guy and starts going over and talking to him, little by little. And one day, the guy like comes over to his place, not like in a panic, but kind of like stressed out, saying, "Dude, I quit. I quit the Klan. I couldn't do it. And there's someone I want you to meet. Here's his address, and here's his number. You can call him and talk to him, and go meet with him." And it was the like dragon of that clan, like the leader of that chapter. And so he starts having a conversation with him over the phone a few times to kind of get because he just wants to talk to them, and they kind of want to talk to him because he sounds like he's intelligent. So what he just started doing was he started having philosophical debates about how the Ku Klux Klan is wrong with Ku Klux Klan members, and winning. Like he was like, "See, this is silly," and they were just leaving. He's collected like robes, like he collected like the normal, like white ones, and he's slowly but surely he got like the Grand Wizard of the Klan at one point of like a whole giant group. I forget what it's called. Like, or a wizard or dragon or whatever they call themselves.
Grand Wizard.
Yeah, Grand Wizard.
I think.
There's like dragons are like the kind of like the sergeants or something, and then like the wizards.
KKK needs to rebrand.
But he ended up getting like over 200 people separately, like to leave like on his own. Like this giant like huge portion of like a certain area, and then he went on Joe's podcast and was talking about it and was like, "See, this is it's crazy.
Is silly.
It's silly. You shouldn't be in that." But it turned out this all was stemming from this. A lot of those guys didn't even really have like malicious intent. They were just taught that people were bad, and like it was like because of that. And he explained to them like, because he was hyper intelligent. He was using words they hardly understood. He was like a smart guy. So he'd have to sit there and like talk to them as if he was like a teacher to them, and they just didn't understand exactly what they represented. You know what I mean?
He was like, "Why are you representing this?"
Exactly.
Like, why is it? What does it mean to you?
Exactly. And to a lot of them, it was just camaraderie, brotherhood. You join a thing. They didn't have the military for a while, like in terms of there was no reason to join other than just to join.
Yeah.
There was no war to fight, no big one at least. Not like Afghanistan or Iraq, like that was now. But from like the 70s on until like other than like Desert Storm, like
in the 90s.
Yeah, like there's and even that was like that wasn't like a war, that was like a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They thought it was gonna be a war.
Yeah, they did. Creighton, how do you know so much about the KKK? It's a good question.
We live in the South.
I live in the South. I don't know shit about the KKK.
You're not talking to the
people. What? The right people?
I guess the
look
right.
At Creighton over
there,
here.
Look,
literally a KKK
let me tell
member
you
over
something.
here.
There is this man who sells junk in our town.
Mm-hmm.
Not your dad, but
okay.
but like, and he like has all of this stuff that's like segregation memorabilia and KKK stuff and like robes and all this kind of stuff. He just sells it. And like one day I sat down and talked.
Stuff's
to him.
worth a lot of money.
One day like I sat down and talked to him, and like I was just asking him about like where he gets the stuff from, and like why like what's the reason? You know what I mean? Like why would you not just want to get rid of it? And he was like,
I would want to sell it.
I would want to sell it too, but I like and he was like, well, you need to remember like this stuff, just because like people can be so full of hate, and to just like act like it didn't happen kind of breeds more hate. Because you don't understand in the first place where it came from. It's kind of like with what you're saying. Like these guys
that's what Daryl Davis does. He collects these robes.
Yeah,
like he has so many Ku Klux Klan robes.
But I mean, this was like probably I was probably like 17 or 18 at the time when we were having this conversation.
A year ago,
something like that. And I like I was still like I think I was still in high school, so like I just didn't have that kind of worldview of like this is kind of stuff that like needs like is horrible, yes, but also needs to be like remembered so it can be avoided. And he just like, you know, he sat down and expressed me. That's why I kind of like I look for that stuff sometimes just to kind of see like, you know, maybe it's something that I could be like, hey, like I can get one day and show my kids and be like, hey, this is why this is wrong, and this is why, like, you know, you need to not hate somebody without knowing them, or like, you know, judge somebody based off of the quality of their character, not like anything else but that.
Yeah, and what kind of glasses they wear.
And what kind of glasses they wear.
Glasses mean a lot. Glasses can definitely dictate if someone's good or bad. I think that we should definitely judge people by their clothes as well.
Side note, Charlie, your knees look like right to say. Right
Definitely on how much money they're worth. If they're poor, they're just bad.
What kind of knee pics they send.
What kind of knee pics they send. You know, if they take good pictures, they crop everything
If they're
properly.
going to be president one day.
Exactly. Really based like on everything about looks outside of their skin.
If they're Trump supporters.
Yes. No. All political affiliation means everything.
By the way, this whole gas thing is already turned political.
Yes. No.
Like,
Immediately.
it's so like, and I was talking to my lady friend about it on the way over here, 'cause I was like, my grandma listens to a lot of conservative talk radio, so already I'm hearing stuff like, 'cause you know how this whole hack happened, right?
I know that it happened. I know some
Apparently,
young dude.
it was some kind of military thing from Russia, like it was a cyber attack on us. But they're all like, yeah, Biden's not going to do anything to counteract it, and that's why he's weak as a president. And I'm like, why can't we just all get along? Because like,
they're trying to start a war.
exactly, like, you know, they're like, this is exactly what happens. Like, you know, you turn.
Don't point a knife at me when you say that.
They turn.
This is
everybody-
exactly what happened.
they turn everybody against each other, and then, like, you know, they pick us off one by one, like in a horror movie.
Well, I don't know if they would pick
I'm not
us off
splitting
one
up,
by one.
Charlie. We're staying together. We're not
No.
splitting up.
No. If I ever move anywhere,
No, I mean
I'm just going to
splitting up.
Canada.
No, I mean like splitting up as in, like, you know, we got to make it through this together. My phone's not up here.
Where is your phone?
It's in the suitcase.
What was that?
It was the Russians.
They're listening in. Side note, Charlie, your knees look like the right shape to sell noob pics. Knee boob.
Noob.
Damn, you guys calling me out.
We never
I'm
said
just calling
cat.
out. I'm just calling out in general. Yeah, we did. Literally
did say
said-
cat?
Yeah, you said cat.
Or did I say cat?
Mm-hmm.
I was talking about the animal, not the person.
Listen, man. All I'm saying is that the weather in Bay County, Florida, is 67 degrees Fahrenheit. The precipitation's 10%, and the humidity is a whopping. Yeah, let me read that right. 99%.
Oh my God. That's the humidity?
Yes.
Jesus.
That is wet.
That's just walking
That's
through
that
water.
slimy air.
That's just walking through
I
water. at
hate
this
that
point.
air.
Today's episode number is 202, otherwise known as the area code for Washington, D.C. Like, you know, when you dial a phone, it'd be 202.
Okay. Moist.
Moist. Do you know what?
What's no? I don't. Stop asking me and just
Okay.
say
It's compost me.
compost me.
Yeah. A euphemism.
Compost me.
Yeah.
The word is compost me.
It's more of a phrase.
Yeah, I would
There's
say
a
it's more of a
hyphen in there.
phrase.
So, does the hyphen make it one word? 'Cause the hyphen makes Spider-Man one word. So, you know, you got to pick and choose your battles here, Charlie. Anyways, it's a euphemism for kill me, now that composting oneself after one's death has become a popular thing.
I hate it here. Stop it! I want to go home.
You
I
want to hear it
hate you.
used in a
I hate you.
sentence?
No, I don't want to. Yeah, I want you.
All right, why don't you just compost me?
Just so you know, you're not that funny.
That's not funny. That was horrible. You said that so ready to like, so ready for it to get a laugh, and I'm so upset that I'm smiling. I'm only smiling. I'm not laughing at what you said. I'm laughing at how terrible it is that
You're
you said
laughing next to me, and that's all that matters to me. Would you want me to hit shuffle and see what else we get today?
it. No. Oh, I hate Urban Dictionary word of the day. It's terrible.
Here
Compost
lately, it's
me.
just been
Compost me. I see. The only thing that like didn't. I thought it was gonna be super sexually bad. Like I thought it was gonna be one of those,
Like just turn.
but
me
it
into
turned out to
mulch.
be also just horrible.
I mean, I could think of a few euphemisms that fit compost me.
Stop it. Ugh. Like I don't even want it. I just don't want to.
Turn me into mulch, daddy.
I don't understand. That doesn't make sense.
You will one day, son. You will.
Explain it.
No, you're not old enough. Are
I'm
you about to put
older
hair
than
gel
you.
in?
It's not hair gel.
What is that?
It's hand cream.
Oh,
My hands.
gotta get all lathered up. for the
Dude, I moved
compost.
so much fucking brick today with like my bare hands. Like we had gloves, but like they were bad. They weren't the kind of gloves I usually use,
Mhm.
and I fucking messed my hands up.
Oh, damn.
It's like the third time I've done this in the last like 3 or 4 hours.
I've done that to my hands before. It's just from working with money. Working with money dries your hands out so much.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll come home from work and like my hands will be all chapped and cracking and shit. And they've gotten to where they just like I can't grab nothing anymore. Like at the end of the day, like they're sore and shit, and they like Which I don't know what that's about. That's probably like a getting old thing or something.
No, that's a having weak hands thing.
It's not weak hands. They're just like they hurt. Like they lock up. They lock up.
Yeah,
on
it's
me.
having. Yeah, you need to exercise your hands more.
What do I need to do with my hands to exercise them more?
Work 'em out. Anything. Fucking
Why is it just now
play
happening,
video
though?
games. You're old. You're right about that part. You're getting old.
Why is
You're
it
not- you're not a
happening
kid
now,
any-
though?
you're not
I've
a
been
little
doing
kid
this for
anymore.
like 2 years, and now it's just starting to happen.
Yeah, I mean you're not a kid anymore. You're getting into your 20s. Your metabolism's gonna slow down a lot
I hope
soon.
not.
It's definitely going to very quick in the next like couple of years. You don't have much longer. You're 24, right? You just turned 24.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
When are we gonna start going to the gym again?
I go already. I mean, it's a matter of you go.
I'm ready. Whenever you are.
I'm already going. I've been. It's-
I can't go tomorrow though,
oh my god.
'cause I'm doing some yard work again. You know the yard work I was supposed to do today? Like my
No,
grandma.
I don't.
I got out
How would I
there
know?
in the lawnmower. Like I cut on the blades, and the blades would not cut on.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what the hell? So like I get up under it, and the belt was just like destroyed on it. So we had somebody come and put a belt on today though. So should be good tomorrow to cut.
Okay, I'm proud of you.
Yeah. I want to learn how to put on a belt though, like for a lawnmower. I just couldn't 'cause I had my lady friend over at the time.
Cat Dictionary word of the day is kinky. Say literally anything and call it kinky, just to confuse the fuck out of people. That's a good definition for kinky.
I like that. But the crazy part is it could be true for anything.
I mean,
'Cause
yeah.
you could like rule
It's like
34 though.
refrigerator. It's like, oh shit, it's kinky. What?
Refrigerator is my safe word.
That's a terrible safe word. There's so many syllables. Refrigerator. That's like 5 syllables.
It takes time, so that way somebody can really get in their use.
It's my new trend. Right. I told my mom that getting my hair done was kinky, and she got mad. That's awesome.
Did you tell her you were gonna have somebody put their toes in it?
Jesus. Crazy.
Wait, so your mom watches us. Does she hear the whole towing conversation?
Of course she didn't. That was the first day.
So your mom like sat through that conversation. And
No,
then-
she didn't. Are you
No.
paying attention?
Huh?
She wasn't there for that.
No, I'm talking about. But her mom has watched us since then.
Yeah,
And
but how would she know
But then
about
the
the
shit
first
toe
time?
things come up before.
Yeah,
So there's
that's
no
not,
way she's watched it and we haven't explained it.
we
My mom
definitely
does know about the towing thing. I knew it. See, she does.
Okay. Well, you said the conversation, like that
But she
implies
didn't
the
watch
big
that.
conversation.
Okay.
Yeah. See, exactly.
Go
like,
back and show her that episode.
Oh my
and
God!
see how
Don't
she reacts.
do that. That's a terrible.
Let's feel
idea.
it out together as a group. You know, we'll all have a watch party.
I feel like it's not a great idea.
Me and your mom can get together and we'll just hang out and watch and eat popcorn. And you can be there too, Kat. It'll be like a late Mother's Day thing that we all do together. Charlie, you can come if you want.
I don't want
Okay,
to.
that was a pity invite.
Okay, good. I didn't want to go. I'm very fine sitting in my little dungeon,
Yeah.
like living my life.
You can sit on the love seat with my mom.
I hang out with your mom.
The love
I'll
seat.
sit next to your mom in a movie.
The
We'll
love-
hold hands.
the love-
if she, you know,
the love
like
seat with your
platonically.
mom, like it just has so many implications because it's the love seat.
Love seat with your mom sounds like a really hilarious, like mean band.
Yeah.
Like that's what they would name it to, like be an asshole.
They were lovers.
Lavas, come with me, lava.
My
to
mom
the
cried.
Wellesley Arms.
Your mom cries at every single movie?
Every single movie, even like what? Like every movie?
Now I'm just imagining her crying at the end of Transformers.
I was gonna say like at the end of Don't Mess with the Zohan. I was like, what?
Oh, that's even better. That's a good one.
I guess there's reasons. Like I guess movies are inside like trying to get you to like, have emotion, and most movies have at least one moment that they probably want you to cry. You know.
Imagine her crying at the end of Naked Gun. She's like, his acting's just so good. That Leslie Baker. Is that Leslie Baker? Or am I fucking up his name with the guy?
I think it's Leslie Baker, but I'm not sure. We might be wrong.
Hold on, because I think that might also be the guy from The Office. That's Stanley.
Oh yeah, his name is Leslie. Every movie.
Yep. His name's Leslie Baker.
Are they both Leslie
yeah,
Baker?
no, this one's Leslie Nielsen, I think.
Leslie Nielsen is definitely who it is. Yes.
Yeah.
It's Leslie
Yeah.
Nielsen.
By the way, phenomenal actor.
He was awesome.
Like, he's so funny. But he passed away.
He was so funny.
He passed away in like 2010. He's
Yep.
been dead for
3 years
11
ago.
What?
What? What happened?
He was 6'1", Charlie.
He was 61.
No, he was 6'1".
Okay, I didn't know exactly what you were trying to say.
He was
there.
born in 1926.
Damn, he was older.
He was
84.
Yeah. 80, no, he was 74.
He was born in 26.
Yeah.
And he died in 2010.
Yeah. Oh no.
We
you're
doing
right.
our math
My bad.
right?
My bad. He was 84. I dropped the ball there.
That's on me. I dropped the ball there. What's that from? What's that fucking? He's like, I'll take the blame on this one. That was me. I dropped the ball
That
there.
sounds like a Rick and Morty thing.
It sounds more Robot Chicken-y to me. It sounds like something the Emperor would have said, but like I feel like
I love the
I don't know.
I love the
Okay.
bit where like he's going up the escalator.
oh my god.
and they're like my
All
lord.
of the Star dude, everything that happened, everything that's parodied Star Wars did Star Wars better than Star Wars did.
They're like, my lord. It's like, Stormtrooper. My lord, Stormtrooper. And then they're like, my lord. He's like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, like
Go fuck,
there's like a little pause and then one more goes, my lord. He's like,
go fuck yourself.
he's like, Stormtrooper, 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 Stormtrooper. My lord, fuck yourself. My lord, go fuck yourself. My lord, go fuck yourself.
And then one guy's like, oh.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, dude, the Emperor Palpatine on Robot Chicken is the greatest character.
Is that
in all
that
Robot
Seth
Chicken.
MacFarlane that voices him too?
No, it's Seth Green, the guy who does.
Oh, that's
Chris's
Seth Green
voice.
too?
Yeah, Seth Green.
Oh,
Does.
okay.
Seth Green started Robot Chicken. He's one of the people that
Yeah, he
created
runs
the
it.
show. Yeah.
And then they make jokes all the time about it on Family Guy. They're like, Robot
Yes.
Chicken's just not as good as Family Guy. And he's like, well, what the fuck? You got.
He's like,
Chris
well,
goes
I
like-
don't know about that. I think it's pretty good. And then like he has like whole conversation.
And then sometimes they'll be like, he'll be like, the fuck did you say? You know,
What are you
in the Chris
talking about?
voice.
Yeah, he gets so mad. I love, dude. Seth Green is so funny.
Have you seen the bit like with him and the guy who voices Pinky from Pinky and the Brain doing like the Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin?
Yes. Oh my God, it was so funny.
And he goes.
He couldn't stop. He couldn't like keep. He couldn't stop laughing.
He goes. You underestimate my power.
You underestimate my power.
Like as soon as he says that, the guy who voices Pinky is just like
He
just
cannot
loses.
break. He can't hold it. He can't even kind of do it. God, dude, I love all that shit. Family Guy, like, dude, like, Fox is owned by Disney now. They should let them parody the new dude. Imagine.
No, they still even parodied the prequel.
I know. Imagine they did all of the movies.
Yeah, the first like the ones that they did do are like just they're good. They're so good.
The thing that would be so funny is that Lois's dad would be the Emperor in all of them because he's the Emperor and all the same guy played him. That's the craziest thing about Star Wars is they like really fucked up. They had a series where the same guy was there for all 3 trilogies, like in real life. Like he was old.
all the time.
Like he was always an old character, and they could have nailed that because he's great in the prequels.
He's amazing.
He definitely shines in the prequels more so than in the original trilogy.
Yeah.
And
He's
then-
only in the one movie in the original trilogy.
Well, 2. He's technically in the 5th one, but like
Not really. Well, he wasn't even in the original cut of the 5th one. That's a different guy.
And that's the 4th one. The hologram's in the 4th one.
No, the hologram's in the 5th one.
No, in the 5th one,
He's not in the New Hope at all.
the hologram's in A New Hope.
Nope.
Yes, it is at the very end.
Nope.
Yes, because Empire Strikes Back is when the Imperial
You're
March
wrong on this,
happens.
Charlie.
Dude, he talks with Darth Vader in the fucking when they're walking
That's
down.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, the fifth one.
You said he's in the fourth one. He's not in the fourth
The
one.
hologram's in the fourth one. The
There
hologram's
is
at the
no
end of the fourth
hologram
one.
in the fourth one.
Yes, there
no,
is.
There's not. Go back and look.
I just rewatched. I watched it 2 weeks ago.
Well, you're wrong.
Oh my god, I'm not wrong.
You are though.
So you're saying he's not in the fifth one? It's a
He's-
different guy
he's
in the fifth
the
one.
fifth one. No, look, hear me out. Okay. In the original cut of the fifth one, he's not in it at all. It's a different guy that voices the Emperor and is the hologram.
They walk next to each other in the fifth one.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. The Emperor does not physically appear until the sixth movie. Or the third, technically, in that original trilogy.
I'm replaying the entire trilogy in my head. Hold on.
That's going to be Kat one day. She's going to be the Emperor.
Yeah, she's gonna be our president. I don't know.
Could you imagine Kat being like, I am.
Am I misremembering the entire original trilogy?
Yeah, you are. Like, look, I'm telling you. Okay, so in the original release of the original
If
trilogy,
that's true, and if they tried to do some whack ass, like it rhymes, the fucking poetry shit with the new trilogy, and that's why they waited until the last one, I'm even more upset than I already was.
So look, hear me out. So the newer versions of the original trilogy have Palpatine, like the guy who's playing Palpatine, is a hologram. But in the original release, in the original trilogy, he wasn't in that at all. It was some other guy.
yeah, it was some other guy on the big. There's only one scene with him as a hologram,
Yeah,
and it was
And then
it was someone different.
it was
in the
someone
original
different,
cut.
and it was a different animation for it too.
Yeah,
And then the guy that's played Palpatine from 6 and on, has been there
ever
been
since.
Ever since, yeah. But he does not physically appear until the 6th or 3rd movie in the original trilogy.
Are you guys gonna be live tomorrow night? I'll try and get my mom to watch. Listen,
Yes.
you don't have to do that.
No, I want her here. Bring her.
Also, I love the idea of being the Emperor.
we put a bad bug.
Dude,
in
they
there.
really fucking dropped the ball on that.
As far as what?
They had a guy who played the same character throughout a 9-movie franchise. He played.
He played. Let's see, 6, 1, 2, 3.
No, I mean in a franchise of 9 movies, you have a character who's
He's
there
in
for
it.
all
in-
3 trilogies.
Yeah,
is
and
what I'm
5
saying.
Of the movies.
Yes, but what I'm
Yeah.
saying, like, that doesn't mean anything. I'm
No,
saying
no, no. I just mean, like,
canon wise,
yeah.
he's the same character for all of those movies.
and he's in
And
some
played
of
by
the
the
shows
same
too.
actor. And yeah, he's in the shows. Like they dropped the ball on the sequel trilogy. It's so bad. It's so bad.
They didn't have to bring him back. I would have preferred the whole Death Star.
I
thing
wouldn't have
be-
minded him coming back as long as they didn't do it in the last fucking movie. Like, you gotta build to that. They didn't build. It just happened all at once. It was so bad. It was so horrible. The first 5 minutes of the movie is Kylo going on a fucking scavenger hunt throughout the universe to find this thing that none of the movies had ever covered. That movie
or never
covered
talked about.
literally never. Like, they talked about it in the shows some,
Oh, yeah,
and in some of the video
holocrons.
games, the holocrons. But they literally never discussed it one time in any of the films, which for most Star Wars fans
Can be a little confusing.
is going to be a little confusing because they don't know about any of that
Yeah.
shit. God, it was dumb. That movie was so bad. Oh my God, that movie was so fucking horrible. And 8, I'm more mad at 8 than usual. And 7 even is a bad movie now
Why?
to me because of Finn, dude. They ruined
Yeah.
Finn.
Think
His
it'd be
whole
cool.
character. Dude, Michael has ruined those movies for me by like logicking me with like these logic fights of like how
Keep
bad
getting
they are.
shocked. I like. Look, hear me out. I like 7 still. I think
7's definitely the best
still like
one.
a great movie.
Well, it's still a pretty good movie.
Ignoring
it's fun to watch.
ignoring all the other ones that take place after it is a good movie.
No,
To
even
me,
even
to-
still, it's
look,
not.
And like the first part.
Michael ruined it. It took one sentence for him to ruin, like, to make me understand how
what
bad
was the sentence?
the fucking. I won't say it verbatim because I won't remember.
Oh.
But essentially, Finn's character has the most potential, and they squander it in one. Literally, as soon as he is sent in to fight his like old family.
Yeah.
People he was like he's not only killing people he was raised with, and like in the
And
same
by.
way he's doing it and screaming like woo, like with a lot of energy. They squandered one of the best points of, we've never had a point of view of somebody raised by the Empire, like now having to fight like that like the conflict of self that could happen with a character like that. And like fucking what's his name who plays him
I know you're talking about. He hates Star Wars now.
yeah, shit, what's the guy who plays him? He's a great actor is what I'm trying to say.
Jared Leto.
No. The guy who plays Finn in Star Wars is a great actor. And it is devastating that they just waste his character.
Hold on, I got
Even Oscar Isaac feels wasted in those movies, and he's like a great actor.
Oh, the dude who plays
Poe Dameron.
Yeah.
It's
John Boyega.
just John Boyega is a great actor and just a great he's just a great talent in general, and they just wasted him.
FN2187. Yeah.
She will stay up that late if I ask her to. Don't do that. It's so late. We stay up. We
Born
just-
11 ABY.
Creighton. I don't care about the fucking.
His eye color.
I don't care about the
brown.
canon history of the character.
His skin color is dark. That's what I read in the Bible. His hair
Listen.
color is black,
All I'm saying is those movies are all bad to me now.
and his eyes are.
Michael ruined those movies. You know what those movies are? They are a host of good moments. There are great moments in those movies that are baller. That still, even some of the great moments don't make sense though. Like the fucking giant in episode 8, the giant fucking ship collision in space. Is when
Yeah.
she hyperspace jumps into the ship is pretty fucking sick.
Well, that was a 1 in a million shot, bro.
What?
That's the joke that they make at the end of like I think it's during the last. Was it? No, not the Last Jedi. The Rise of Skywalker. They're like, why can't we just hyperspace a ship into the fleet? And they're like, that was a 1 in a million shot. And like you're like, is it really?
like it's
is it that hard to like aim a ship and then just
Right.
set it in the hyperspace?
Made no sense. And then fucking Homegirl, the Asian chick, what's her name? In the
Rose.
Rose. Dude,
Waste of a character.
wasted character.
Mhm.
She's like this big deal in one movie, and then literally in the movie less than like 60 seconds or
we've
something
talked-
in the
we've,
in the
we've talked
sequel.
about this. This is the panic response. All of Rise of Skywalker was a response to The Last Jedi. So like all the cool, interesting ideas, like the Force link between Rey and
That was such.
that was cool.
That was so great, and they use it. Why did they continue to use
Han
it?
Solo dying was cool.
Yeah.
And it served a purpose towards the story. Kylo Ren is the most
Faking
fucking
out-
consistent character in that whole.
Him and Ray.
Yeah.
Ray as well.
Rey's good. I
Rey's
don't know why
amazing.
people don't like Rey.
People don't like Ray because she's the face of it, and it was bad, so they blame her.
It's not her fault though. Like
That's a really good, realization, Creighton. It's almost
She's-
like a lot of normal people that would pay
she's-
attention would notice
she's
that.
like she's a good character.
She's a fantastic
I
actress.
think they shouldn't have put it like all on one person though. They should have.
It wasn't all on one person, but it was. They blame her because she represents change in Star Wars.
Yeah.
The main character is a woman.
And she's a cool woman.
She's a cool woman.
kick-ass.
She's a baller
People
woman.
hate cool women.
Well, people don't hate cool women. They hate when cool women ruin something. And to the people that love Star Wars, they
Oh, you broke something.
they use her like she represents like uncool women, or she represents like cool women that made mistakes because the movies are also bad.
I see people all the time posting memes about Rey and like why they like fucking Ahsoka better. And like
Well,
I get it.
Ahsoka is better.
Well, Ahsoka's just had more stuff about her. You know what I mean?
Damn it, this little
like-
table is just a fucking nuisance right now.
Like you got to think about like this. Ahsoka had a movie.
Well,
7
not
seasons.
actually.
7 seasons of one show, 2 seasons of another show,
No.
and
hold
was
on,
in
hold
an
on, hold
episode
on.
of The Mandalorian.
Let's relax for a second. Let's
Huh?
not sit here and act like she had 7 seasons of a show. She was in a show that lasted 7 seasons.
She was in the show for
And
5
she's
seasons.
not the main
technically
character.
6 seasons, but she's one of the main characters.
She's a main character.
arguably one of the main characters.
Sure, but she's never a character. Like, she has very few episodes originally that are, like, all about her. She's just a character in those scenes.
Yeah.
Now, season 7 is fucking when she is in it is her
It's
season.
about her
From the
season.
time she shows back up in the show,
Yeah.
it's her season. That the rest of the season, that show, season 7's about her and Rex,
Yeah.
her, Rex, and the Bad Batch, but really just her and Rex.
Yeah.
It's like her and Rex's
That
story.
first part is about establishing Rex and introducing the Bad Batch. Yeah.
Yes, and then
That's
letting
such
you
a good
underst-
arc, by
Dude,
the way.
it's so good. Dave Filoni.
The first arc's good.
Dave
The
Filoni
middle
is
arc is
killing.
just awful.
Well, it's not awful. It's just kind of misplaced. It would have been
Yeah.
that would have been great for them to do.
That one first, and then do the Rex one.
No, like, it would have been great for them to have that not be in that season. And
Yeah,
and
it
that's
definitely
probably
feels more like a season
and that's
2 or
probably
3
what it
thing.
was. That's probably what it was. Like when they were making all those seasons or all those episodes ahead of time, like in the first batch, that was probably going to be like the first 4 episodes of the following season that they didn't get to make.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because they
So
they
it's
had so
like-
many episodes made that they didn't get to use.
yeah.
Like that would have been
It's still like fucking 30.
because it's kind of too lighthearted. Like those 4 episodes are just so out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the adventure part of Star Wars.
Yeah, and it was misplaced. Did you watch the second episode of Bad Batch?
Yeah, yeah. we
Did you
talked
like
about
it?
Haven't
We-
we
I don't
did
think we
talk
talked-
about-
I don't
Oh,
think
my
so.
bad. How do we have a podcast and not talk about it?
We talked, dude. Last night we didn't talk
We
about a lot of
talked
stuff.
I
Like,
mean, we
we
talked
di-
about
we
a lot
didn't
of stuff,
talk
but we
about-
talked about a lot of stuff that happened over the weekend.
Yeah, we didn't talk about. I think my grandma would love watching you guys too. She likes podcasts. Also, my mom stays up till like 2 a.m. watching Grey's Anatomy. Wow. Well,
We're
this
better
would
than
this
Grey's
would be better.
Anatomy.
Yeah, this is better content than Grey's Anatomy.
But
But that's not saying much. It's not hard to be better than Grey's Anatomy. Anyway,
water over there, by the way, or no?
I don't. It's all over there.
Go ahead and say what you're gonna say about Bad Batch. I'm gonna go grab some.
The second episode definitely wasn't as good as the first one. I saw somebody, I think it was it Aleem? I think Aleem said on Twitter, he said second Bad Batch was like, or no, it wasn't Aleem. It was my friend Esta. He said second episode of Bad Batch was like soft or subpar or something. But I get that they had to give us a baller one first and then give us the bad ones. And I was like, listen, man, I feel like this is going to be very Game of Thrones or like Breaking Bad-y, in that they have to, that episode, like where the theme and the arc was kind of, you know, like stormtrooper or
Well,
clones shouldn't be taking care of kids, like blah, 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 be a parent, whatever, like fucking whatever you want to say. Like, I get they did that, but really, politically, it's describing how characters have identification and like they have to establish things in their like in their
They're
own Star Wars
establishing
way.
the identification thing. They're establishing the relationship between Hunter and Omega.
Yeah.
There-
Which, by the way, I don't know if I said this in our original talk about this. Omega is an incredible character.
Do you want
I
to
am
know what
so
my
excited.
theory about Omega is?
The Force sensitive thing?
No, I've evolved it since then.
Okay. What is your new theory about Omega from
She
Bad
is a
Batch?
clone of Palpatine. And she's Rey's mother.
Ooh.
Right?
Well, but Rey's mother, they show us her in episode 9.
Do they?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
According to the canon, they did. That was her father, Emperor Palpatine's grandson.
Is it his grandson or is it his son?
It's his son or his grandson.
It's
It wouldn't
something.
make sense. It would be really.
I don't know. I think
it'd
they're
be
gonna
really gross.
retcon it to be Rey's mother.
I don't think they're gonna retcon
You don't
those
think
movies.
so?
They're sort of going to. They're gonna kind of like Snyder cut it, where
should.
they're gonna recut episode 8 and 9, I think, and then re-release them on Disney Plus,
Good.
and be like, you decide what is canon, and then everything will. After
I
will
love
be
how
made.
like everything after 6 is like this might have happened this way, or besides like the Mandalorian in episode 7, because episode 7's like just a good jumping off point for like great stuff to happen. Aside from that one scene with Finn.
Look,
that
I
you
used to agree with you, but I really have just had episode 7 ruined. I kind of hate 7 now too. Like 7, really, the new trilogy, all it is an amalgamation of great. Like, there's some great moments mixed in with all the shit.
Yeah.
Like 7 has a lot of very fun,
you think we'll
heartwarming
be
moments
saying the same thing in like 10 years or 20 years?
about those movies.
Yeah.
yeah,
You think so?
yeah. They're
I
just
don't know.
they're
Like, there was
objectively
a-
bad.
There
Like
was
the original, like the prequel trilogy, like
People said that about the prequel trilogy.
Well, I still don't like it very much.
You don't like the prequel trilogy?
No, episode 1 has a couple good moments. Episode 2 is horrible. And episode 3 has a couple good moments. Episode 3 even is a very corny. It's a fun one and has the most good scenes of any of the Star Wars movies, other than maybe like Return of the Jedi. Return of the Jedi has more and more outshined Empire Strikes Back for me.
Really?
Yeah, like Empire Strikes Back's awesome.
But
But
it's a more serious movie.
It's not even that it's more serious. It's just kind of dark, and I know that's what it's trying to do, and it does a great job doing that. But in terms of like what my favorite is, I lean more towards Return of the Jedi being my favorite movie now, just 'cause like the start of the movie is great. The whole Jabba's palace like chapter of that movie is like it's just so much. There's so much
It feels
there.
like a chapter in a book.
Yeah, it's like it's its own movie almost. And then the whole rest of the movie after that, from that point on, is good. Like the whole people don't like stop. What are you doing? It's so loud.
Is it in the mic?
Yes, it's so loud. What is that? What are you doing?
Nothing.
We have an audio show and you're breaking,
Sorry.
just crunching something. Oh my god.
Sorry.
Anyway, the whole part with Luke leaving the rest of the crew and going onto
Going
the
to
ship.
see Yoda.
Yeah, going back to see Yoda, and then everybody going to Endor, and just the whole thing. The whole thing is Return of the Jedi. Like people didn't like the Ewoks. I like the Ewoks. I didn't
I don't
mind
see
them.
the problem with the Ewoks. The Ewoks are like right on the edge of like almost too much. You know what I mean?
I never thought that. I
No,
never
but I
felt
mean,
that.
like,
I
they're-
always liked
When
the
I
Ewoks.
say on the edge, I mean they're below the edge, but they're still like to me. I see
on the
where
edge of
people
what? I don't
are-
get the edge.
Well, so I see where people are coming from when they say they don't like the Ewoks because it's the beginning of what they say of George Lucas trying to make Star Wars more commercialized and more there to sell toys than anything.
sure.
And like I see that point of view, so that's why I say it's on the edge for me because like I hate when stuff starts to do that to the point where it's more about selling a toy than it is about telling a good story. However, I'm with you in that it doesn't bother me as much as like like Jar Jar does.
yeah.
And even Jar Jar doesn't bother me like crazy
I
a lot.
hated.
You hate him?
I hate Jar Jar.
I look.
His character is the most absurd. He does nothing for the series.
Well, he gave power to Palpatine.
No, he didn't. He's the one that gave the speech.
He voted emergency
They all
powers.
voted. You know how many members were on that fucking council?
But he
or in
like,
the Senate,
he
rather?
gave the speech that moved us. Senate.
Yes, of course he did. But that's just because he's the only character
history.
established.
There
were ETs in that Senate.
A history-altering speech made by Jar Jar
It was
Binks
terrible.
gave Emperor Palpatine his power, the beginning steps of his power. You know how crazy that is. You know how you know how funny like something like that would happen to Cat. It would happen to Cat too.
Listen,
I think our
that
Jar-
movie, that scene, Jar Jar's so bad. So many characters. The first movie's, the best thing about the first movie is Qui-Gon Jinn. He's incredible.
He's amazing.
Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan's relationship is great. Qui-Gon's great.
Darth Maul is great.
Darth Maul was great, but not really.
The man doesn't even say anything, but he's like,
Yeah, his fight. That fight at the end of episode 1 is incredible. It's so good. Like there's a lot of good shit, but there's a lot of
the
bad
tone
shit.
for like the new order.
Yeah, and then like the second movie is just so bad. The best part about the second movie is Mace Windu. Mace Windu is basically the only redeeming thing. Kind of the fight at the end with Yoda and Dooku, but not really.
Yeah.
Like it was pretty. If you go back and watch it, it's not that good. The dialogue is kind of good a couple times.
I like Count Dooku. Count
Dooku,
Dooku's
Christopher
like,
Lee's Dooku is great.
Yeah. Like he's a great, to me, like people complain about each of those movies having a different like Sith
Yeah.
kind of person. And I was like, I don't see why. Like Dooku's a great villain for what Palpatine's trying to do, and you can see that. And maybe that's just me like having watched the Clone Wars and seeing like where that goes as far as a person. Because if you just watch,
Sorry,
Episode
Kat.
2.
We're getting into our Star Wars
Yeah.
talk.
if you just watch episode 2 and then you go to episode 3, like, you know, they just kill him off pretty much. Like,
They do a
within
good
the
job
first-
though. Like
they do.
the thing is, his death in episode 3 is one of the
Means
better
something.
deaths
And
in
it
all of
means
Star Wars, and it means a lot.
yeah.
It's a great death. It's a great. It's just all of it. It's
It
so
just
great.
feels like you're missing a movie in between those movies, and Clone Wars fills that gap so well.
Yes.
But I feel like if they had just used if they had started off episode 2 as one, you see what I'm saying? Like, and found a way to merge episode 2 and 1 together, and then had a second movie right there in the middle about the war, and then a third movie about the end of the war.
I don't know. They never should have secluded it to trilogies. They should have just made them in the order slowly as like it took to make.
Like a show.
What they need to do, honestly, you know what they need to do?
What?
They need to reboot all of Star Wars.
Just
Tell the same story, new people, new writers. Fuck George
But the
Lucas.
originals are so good.
George Lucas had a fever dream that turned into a great like series, but not really.
Yeah.
It had the potential for greatness and was just kind of cool. But
Imagine like a game.
the Star Wars shows are fucking awesome. All,
Imagine
like,
if what is it, Dave and Dan or whatever they call them,
from Game of Thrones.
he came and wrote Star Wars. Aren't they writing like the
They were going to, but they did. They got kicked out.
again?
They never were gonna do Star Wars. Not after they got kicked out the first time.
No,
They
I'm
didn't-
talking about the old, what is it, the old Republic stuff that's coming.
no, that was what they were gonna do.
Yeah.
They were gonna make new Star Wars movies based on that. That was gonna be what Star Wars was now. Like it was gonna be kind of a reboot of, not like a reboot like the other stuff didn't happen, but like this was so separated from it that it wouldn't have really meant anything. I don't know. I'm sad. Star Wars had.
I want to
such
see a
potential.
Darth Raven movie, or Raven. Because he's such a cool character in the comics.
I want to see an Ahsoka show. I'm so excited for the Ahsoka show. Dude, Rosario Dawson killed it in that episode
Yeah.
of The Mandalorian.
Is he just in one episode?
Yeah, just one episode.
Huh. That's not where there was more. You think she'll cross paths with Obi-Wan in his show?
I feel like no, but I'm not sure. I know she doesn't cross paths with Luke,
How you know
at
that?
least according to the canon of Star Wars. Because
Yeah.
there's like a book that's like the canon of like
She could though, right? If she's like she's definitely live after episode 6, and Luke's around doing his Jedi stuff. There's,
yeah, but in the book or in the book for the movies, it says that Luke never met Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah, but like the books are overwritten all the time by the movies. Like in the books,
This book was
Ahsoka
this was
had-
the novelization of episode 9.
Oh
Yes.
well, tomato.
Well, tomato. It's like
Apparently-
it's the canon.
Shit. Apparently,
I hope it's wrong. I would love to see them meet.
apparently in the novelization of the Siege of Mandalore, like there's a lot of shit that isn't the same as the Clone Wars. Like Ahsoka's lightsabers are green. Like she's apparently she doesn't even fight Maul really in that.
Mm-hmm.
Like she doesn't capture him. Apparently, I don't know. I haven't read it, but
I don't know.
and Rex apparently wasn't even at the Siege of Mandalore in the book.
Yeah. When was that written? Way before?
No, it was like 2017, 2018. Isn't like crazy long before season 7 came out. Because it came out right alongside like either right after The Last Jedi or right before The Last Jedi.
I don't know,
Because that's
man.
what
I'm
everybody
just
was
sad about Star Wars.
everybody was reading the book before season 7 came out because they're like, oh shit, they're about to like turn this shit into
Stop that.
into
It's so loud.
into
Throw that away.
into the show. Make it canon.
Throw me that. Give me that. Jesus. So
I can't
loud.
throw it in the trash can anymore because the lid's down.
Open the trash. What are you
Just
talking
put a water
about?
bottle in it. And it's all the way up there.
Oh my god.
It's just a lot right now.
Teacher Charlie, right? Like I fucking feel like a teacher. Did you hear about Dogecoin and SpaceX?
No, what's going on? with that?
Elon's gonna accept Dogecoin as payment for SpaceX.
Really?
Yes, like you can pay for like they're doing like a moon project, like they're taking stuff to the moon or something, and like he accepts Dogecoin as like currency.
On the moon?
Well, no, like for SpaceX payment, like for
Oh,
like
so
paying
like if I
stuff.
wanted to buy a seat on SpaceX,
Sword,
I could buy a
not
seat with
exactly
Doge.
that.
But I mean, like that's the road he's going down eventually.
Basically, I think he's trying to legitimize Doge as a cryptocurrency. I think he's like sold. I think he's like decided, okay, there's enough.
Did you
here.
watch him on SNL?
Yeah, I watched some of it. I didn't watch a lot.
Is he funny?
His monologue. So like, a lot of people didn't know that he had Asperger's,
Yeah.
and like when you go up and like I've watched him on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah.
On the podcast, like if you were told he has Asperger's, it's not like you watch the podcast, you're like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
But like he's so coherent and focused on what he's talking about on those shows because it's like what he does. You know, he talks about SpaceX and Tesla and renewable energy and like that's like all stuff in the like front of his brain that he's like trying to do every day of the year, all day, every day, forever. Like that's like his life is dedicated to all of his companies and shit. And that's what like Joe wants to talk to him about. And sometimes we'll talk about fun stuff. But SNL to him, I think, is like just a big joke. Like it's fun. It's like funny. It's like it's like time to be silly for a night. And like when he does the monologue, I could tell he was having so much fun. Like and like people thought it was a little like weird and cringy, and it's a little bit because like it's a dude with Asperger's going up there and trying to tell jokes that were written for him, you know, about him, and like, but like you can tell like he thinks they're funny. He's laughing at his own jokes, and like I don't think he cares at all that some people weren't like loving it. He was like having a good time, and like every time he delivered every line, he was like it's funny, right? Like he had like a great, you know what I mean? And I was like, it felt so fun. I felt good watching it. I felt like I know he's like in his like late 40s or early 50s or something, but it felt like watching a kid like have a great time. You know what I mean? It felt like watching a kid who wrote a bunch of jokes, tell them in front of his class, and his class loved it. Like, and then like I watched. He did a thing on Weekend Update where he played like a character who's like a financial expert talking about Dogecoin, and like he would keep explaining Dogecoin, and Michael Che would go, so like what is Dogecoin? And then he would like explain it, and Michael Che would go, okay, but like what is Dogecoin? And like he would be like, well, it's this and that. He's like, okay, yeah, but like what's Dogecoin? And then like he said one more thing, and Michael was like, Colin, can like you, I don't know, can you ask him? This seems like a white person thing. And Colin went, well, Michael, yeah, I've been diversifying my portfolio, and I've been putting a lot of money in different places, and I also would like to know what is Dogecoin. And it was really funny, and his character on that was he was basically playing Elon Musk, which is funny. He played Wario in court for something about SpaceX, I think.
Wario, like
the character from Mario.
Okay.
And then he played himself in a like. Do you know who the character Chad on SNL is that Pete Davidson plays? Chad is like a simpleton that they get like serious actors to do like really hardcore serious scenes with like Chad alongside them. So like Benedict Cumberbatch plays a teacher, like a college professor, like or like an assistant to a college professor who's gay, who like falls in love with Chad, and Chad is just Pete Davidson, who like just answers everything very simply. So he's like he'll be like, Chad, I really enjoyed our time together the past few weeks, and they'll cut to Chad and be like, okay, like everything is just like, okay, oh no, that's okay, whatever, man. Like everything's really simple. So Chad is on a mission to Mars, and they're on the space station like on Mars, and like the oxygen's getting depleted, and they have like a thing like 40 feet away, and like because of radiation, if he leaves the bay to go save everybody, he'll die. And they're like, Chad, we need someone to save it. And he's like, okay, I'll do it. And he starts like, Chad, you understand that you're going to die, right? And he's like, yeah, it's okay. I don't care. And like Miley Cyrus is there. She's like, Chad, I love you. And he's like, that's cool. She's like, Chad, I'm pregnant. He's like, oh, okay. Congratulations. And she's like, the baby's yours. He's like, oh, word, cool. And she's like, Chad, I really want to have sex with you like one more time. And then it cuts to him, and he takes his whole suit off. He's like, okay. And she says, but there's no time. And then it cuts to him, and he's zipping it back. And he's like, that's cool too. And she's like, goodbye, Chad. I'll always love you. He's like, okay. And then he walks out. Like his whole character's just like, okay. Like that's what he says. And and Elon's just playing himself like from the fucking like from when they're like talking to him from there. And he's like, you're a hero, Chad. And like he says, it cuts to him, and he's like, tell everybody your face is on every screen on the planet right now. And it like cuts to a bunch of scenes from like, you know, like Times Square and all these things. It's like, tell everybody they need to see the face of the man that saved them all. And he's like, okay. And he like goes to take his helmet off, and they're like, wait, no. And his head explodes. and they're like, oh my God. And they're like freaking out. It was fucking hilarious. I'm
my
dying.
God.
But yeah, I mean, he did a good job. Like, considering he's the first person outside of entertainers and like sports people to host.
Yeah.
He did a good job to me. I thought it was funny. It wasn't the best episode ever, but it wasn't a bad episode. I don't think he delivered. His monologue was good. I liked his monologue because I could tell he was having a lot of fun. And I don't know. There's like something warm in my heart seeing Elon Musk just have fun. Because, like, he's a person, like, the guy works, like, 16 hours a day, 365 days a year. He doesn't take any holidays. Like, everything he does is to like, get ahead of what he's trying to do. And it was cool to see him go and, like, have fun for, like, a night. I don't know. Something about that just makes me happy. I thought it was awesome. And Dogecoin plummeted the next day.
It did.
Because of what he said.
But it's still up higher than it was.
Oh yeah, no, man,
the-
it's gonna bounce. I
than the
think.
year than the last week.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna. I think it's
Well,
gonna
that's the
stay
thing
up.
about everybody. Like a bunch of whales sold and stuff, and that's why it kind of
Yeah.
went down. And then you have the gas thing, which always makes stock goes down. But
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm excited. I'll tell you what I'm really excited for. I'm really excited to go to sleep and sleep for real.
Me
I've had
too.
such bad sleep for the last like 3 days, dude. I will.
I'm
like
tired now.
when-
like, I
when
was
you
like
li-
sitting
when
here
we-
like,
when you left last night, and like, you left here around like 3, when we were done getting gas and everything.
yeah,
And, like, I probably stayed up till, like, 4 and went to bed. And I woke up this morning at, like, 8 a.m. And I was up until 9 p.m.
that's not a good thing to do.
I know, man. I just couldn't. But, like, I woke up and felt so refreshed. Like, I woke up thinking, man, I slept a while. And I look at my clock and it's been 4 hours. I was like, what the fuck? Like, how am I? Is there any way to get back to sleep? And I tried to lay on my couch and, like, just get comfortable and, like, try and, like, doze off again. I just couldn't. I'll tell you what's going to help, that fucking chair.
Yeah.
Behind that thing, I'm gonna sleep so good in that chair. It moved. It's so light, dude. I picked that chair up off the truck by myself and just
Yeah.
carried it in here. Like, it's so
Can we
fucking.
use it as a podcast chair?
Maybe. I mean, it's just so low.
Yeah.
The camera would
Well,
have
we
to
can-
be
we can
aimed
move
so
the
down.
camera aimed down.
Yeah, I mean, I guess as long as I can hear your voices, it doesn't matter
Yeah.
that much. They'll probably start using it on the episode 3 podcast.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I love a good chair nap. Yeah, I got a new. Can they see it? I can't really see it very well.
Kind of. It's like
Behind Creighton is a big leather recliner. You can see it in his camera a little better.
it's like a
it's-
pale leather.
Yeah, my grandparents are moving, and they let me have that, and they let me have. You guys still can't see it, but over next to me, like over here, this black thing that is barely in the shot is a gun safe.
No, Flint. Don't
Oh
say that.
Jesus, Chowie, you so slow? What?
Stowing?
Stowing? Strong.
Stone.
Flint, stop it. Why are you talking like that? I don't like that.
He doesn't
so
like
weird.
baby talk. Charlie hates baby talk.
I do hate baby talk. But they gave me that. They gave me the chair. They gave us a bunch of cool concrete shit, like outdoor concrete, like benches and things that we have in the back right now that we have to.
You
we
ever
just have to
seen
put up.
Baby Talking by Miley Cyrus?
No, and I don't wish to.
I'm just gonna drop that in the chat for everybody.
I hate you.
I put
um,
YouTube on here.
What?
I figured out how to make my favorite spar on my thingy
Mm-hmm.
work. So just gonna.
Having a mouse helps a lot
It does.
with a lot of stuff.
So now I can just point and click.
Yeah, I had a friend playing who was playing Scribble.io with her touchpad, and I was like, "How are you so good?" 'Cause she's like a fucking savant at Scribble, even with the touchpad. Like, she can draw shit like well, and I just do not understand that. I am not good at that.
All right, are you gonna? Oh, speaking of things like, well, this isn't really related, but have you seen any of the stuff for Resident Evil Village?
A little bit, not really though. Like, I'm not gonna watch any of that until like if Markiplier does a video, like if he does a series, I'll watch it. I like his series and stuff like that. 'Cause like when it comes to scary shit, I just can't watch scary and it be like scary for the sake of being scary. And Mark makes it funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I loved watching his Resident Evil 7 playthrough. You know, like that's the one with like the swamp, right? The weird like
I
fucking
think so.
Louisiana people.
I know this one Village is the fucking what's it called?
Sequel to that.
No, it's the one where they got the big titty lady and then became a meme for a little bit.
But isn't that like a sequel? to the 7th.
it?
I think. I don't know.
It might be.
Have you guys ever had black and white cookies? You mean Oreos? Yeah, like Oreos. What? What are you talking about? What do you mean black and white cookies? I'm so confused.
This video.
No, I want cookies. Can we go to a gas station after this?
Yeah.
No, not Oreos. What are you talking about?
Is he talking about double chocolate chip?
I don't know. What do you mean black and white cookies? I don't
Is
understand.
it like black and yellow?
black and yellow, black and yellow? Sorry, couldn't help it.
That's what I was going for, but you're right.
Well, we're just we'll stop before I get lost. What were we talking about just then? Before that,
Baby talking.
no, but before that,
You mean after that?
or after? Yeah. What are you? Don't. Why would that be it?
I
Hurry.
just found it.
What were we talking about?
I don't know.
No.
Knee socks.
God damn it.
Knee socks are pretty hot. I like knee socks.
Oh, I hate how fast my mind can get rid of a thing. Like, just dump it. It just dumps it all together and just changes.
Dump it.
Well, guys, what were we just talking about? No.
I have knee socks. Says Kat. Wonder if my lady friend's got knee socks. She's got to, right? She's got pretty legs. Oh wait, you haven't seen her legs. Never mind.
I'm so upset.
I am too. Like, how is she not wearing knee socks around me?
Stop it. I'm talking about... What the fuck? What was I talking about? Oh, I hate this. I hate when my brain does this. This is the worst feeling in the
she
world.
gets cold too. I could just talk her into knee socks being like a way to warm her up. This is a good night.
Wait, tell us about the new lady friend.
Huh?
Says Kat.
No.
No?
No.
Why not?
I'm telling you guys gradually about her as I get comfortable with talking about it.
Okay. I've already made a prediction as to who it is.
Really?
Yeah.
How so?
That piece of cardboard that I told you to write on and take a picture of. Like, right then, that, when you dropped me off at work that day.
Yeah.
I wrote who I think it is on there that day. And, like, I haven't even touched it. It's been in the pocket of my bag ever since.
What? Why did you have me write on it?
So that, like, you would know that it's not, like, I haven't tampered with. Like, I'm not. Whenever you finally do tell me, I'm just going to pull it out and show you that I already had guessed that.
That you already figured it out. I
Yeah.
got you. I got what you're saying. Well, that makes sense, though, for that day.
What do you mean for that day?
'Cause that... Yeah.
I had been planning it for, like, a few days before then. I just hadn't actually, like, done it. And I was like, oh, before I forget. 'Cause that was the thing I was trying to tell you the night before that. Where I was like, dude, remind me about cardboard before you leave tonight. I said that on the podcast, and you're like, what? I was like, just do it. And you're like, okay. And then you didn't. And then we went to the beach. And that all happened.
The beach was fun.
The beach was cool. I like that restaurant we went to.
That was a nice restaurant.
It was. Dude, those steak those steak bites were fucking incredible.
Yes. Oh my god. I returned. I'm on break.
Hello, Jojo.
Hello, Jojo.
But yes, I've already made a prediction.
Good. Can I see your prediction?
OMG, I want steak bites. I mean, are you willing to say whether I'm right or wrong? If I'm right, will you say that I'm right? No? See, then I just want to wait. I'd rather just wait.
I'll tell you if you're right or wrong. But my stipulation is we can't talk about it.
I'm cool with not talking about it. I just want to know if I'm right or wrong.
Okay, do it.
Check Discord DMs.
Oh, I'm sorry. Miley Cyrus' song BB Talk, not Baby Talk.
Okay, Flint.
Show me. Come on.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Wait, do the cardboard live. I'm going to. But
No, yeah, he's going to, but don't show the chat.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Here, I mean, there's no way they can see it. It's so like little. You said you were gonna say what?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It was pretty easy. It was easy to tell because you just said all the same stuff describing that person.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn it! I
you
tried
literally
to avoid that.
Yeah, I know you were. That's why I wanted to make a prediction, and I made that prediction fucking 2 weeks ago now.
Damn it!
Like it wasn't even hard. Like that's who I was suspecting the entire time when I wanted to do the cardboard thing, and I just waited like 4 days from when I actually did the cardboard thing.
Well.
Just so you know, you're not that funny.
You're not that good at like keeping shit like.
Hey, I
hidden.
kept it hidden for longer than I think you think I have.
No, I literally immediately expected it, suspected it.
Huh?
From
Suspected or expected?
Suspected.
Accepted.
Suspected.
Ah.
I immediately suspected as soon as I won't say that part on the
Okay.
podcast. I'll wait and I'll talk to you about that after the
Okay.
podcast. But no,
I told you we weren't going to talk about it after the podcast.
What? No, you said not to talk about it on the podcast.
No, I said we're not going to talk about it after the podcast. I said my stipulation for telling you if it's right or wrong is that we can't talk about it until I'm ready to talk about it.
Okay. Well, I'll talk about what I will talk about, and you don't have to
Okay.
say anything.
Okay.
that I'll do that.
That's fair,
Okay.
I guess. Yeah.
I want steak bites. Nerds. I swear. What do you mean? What do you swear? Wait.
I guess because we won't share. I think is the.
Or is it because we said Mojo Jojo at the same time?
Mojo Jojo.
Mojo Jojo. I wonder if that show's gonna be any good. They're doing like a live action Powerpuff
This
Girls.
is CW.
I know, that's so
so
stupid.
like what it is the first season will probably be great, and then the rest of them
You
will-
really think it's
Well,
gonna be
no,
great?
hear me out. The first 2 seasons of Arrow are amazing. The first season of Flash is amazing. The first season of Supergirl is amazing, but that doesn't really count because it's on CBS. The first season of DC, what's it called? DC Legends is amazing. Legends of Tomorrow, that's what it's called.
So basically, what you're saying is the first or second season of most
The
shows
first-
are pretty
the
great, and
first
then
and-
they get bad.
Yeah, the first or second season of those shows is normally pretty good. Apparently, Black Lightning is amazing. The first season. I don't know how the rest of it is, but Chris was always like, I don't know if I can say that one. Never mind.
Say it.
No, I can't.
Say
I
it.
don't think I can say it.
Why not?
Because the way Chris has put it,
Say it.
Chris has explained. Chris, by the way, is like our one of our friends who is black, who talks to us about like why he hates like other shows about black people because he's always like it's always the same thing, black blackity black black black, and them streets black blackity black.
Yeah, Chris's thing. He doesn't like that there's no nuance
Yeah.
in like black culture for like superhero things.
For shows,
For
specific-
shows,
for
yeah,
shows, and
comics,
movies
stuff like
specifically,
that.
Yeah. And
He's
said-
also a big comic book nerd, so like he already just has big issues with comic book
Yeah.
stuff because they're always like doing
Nah,
them dirty,
yeah.
like comparative to the
And
actual
he-
comics.
And he was he said
I love Chris.
he
I miss
said
Chris.
Black Lightning does that the most, and Luke Cage did it probably like the second of the most.
like overdoes.
Yeah. But look, I kind of get where he's coming from on that, because it's like sometimes those shows make a big deal about the main character being black than about the story itself, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Which isn't like a bad thing. It's just, I think, oversaturation.
I didn't watch
a
Black
big part of
Lightning.
it.
I definitely did feel that on Luke Cage, but I still like the first
Yeah,
season of
Luke
Luke
Cage
Cage.
is still good. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I
Yeah.
get what he's saying. Like, too many shows do that.
Yeah.
Like Static Shock, I can watch Static Shock and not feel like it's doing that. you
Yeah.
know? And I don't know if that just has something to do with it being a kids show and they weren't able to do that, or like if they just like didn't want it to be the kind of show where it's like makes such a big deal about the main character being black that it overshadows the story. Or it being like a character that's diverse. You know what I mean?
In Luke
Like
Cage, who
diverse.
killed Mahershala Ali's character? Was it the chick?
Like
Like,
the chick.
yeah, I thought so. It wasn't the
It wasn't Luke
well, like
Cage.
she like beat him up, and then the guy came in and like finished killing him. I think,
And
right?
She like pushed him off the balcony. Remember?
No, she beats him with
Cottonmouth,
Cottonmouth. She beats him with a stage mic.
and then pushes him off the balcony out a window.
Are you sure she does that? I
Yep.
thought it was the dude
Nope,
because the
it's all
dude
her.
finishes killing him.
It's all her.
The Mexican dude, he's from Sons of Anarchy. Yeah, because he comes in
Oh,
and
the
finishes
dude,
killing
the
him.
dude with the shades.
Yeah.
He shoots him to make it look like somebody attacked him, but he did it. He was already dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
She throws him out a window?
So like how they had that office overlooking the.
Yeah, but he's like on the ground when she's beating him up.
He is, and then
How does-
somehow or another? No, are you sure he's on the ground? I think she
pretty
just starts
sure.
beating him, and then like somehow or another he goes through the window, and then like crashes onto the floor.
He
of the
was
building.
great as a
Yeah.
bad guy on that show.
Yeah.
Like Mahershala Ali, like that caliber of actor,
Like I love how they like think you like they make you think he's gonna be like the main
the
bad guy.
bad guy, yeah. And
then
he
they, like,
he's gone in like 3 or 4 episodes.
No, he's gone at like the end of the season.
Is it the whole season?
Yeah, he's the main bad guy aside from Diamondback. Like the whole
That's what I'm
season.
saying. But like Diamondback's the main bad guy for like the last 2 or 3 whole episodes.
Yeah, but like he's Cottonmouth's still there.
For
And
the
then
whole show?
yeah,
Are you sure?
And then
I
Cottonmouth,
could've swore-
Cottonmouth dies in like the last episode, and it's kind of like that. What the fuck is gonna happen next moment? And then like the next season starts off
Are
with
you sure?
with Shades and the lady being like in charge.
How many episodes is he in? I feel
It's
feel
only
like-
like 8 episodes, isn't it?
Luke
No, it's
Cage.
13 episodes. I'm sorry, 13 episodes.
I have to figure this out. Because I could have sworn I remember him dying kind of early in the show.
Luke Cage
like
is good though.
like
Like,
half-
I love Luke Cage.
I do too. I love the first season. I never continued watching. I didn't really watch many of those shows other than Daredevil and Punisher after their first seasons. I didn't watch Jessica Jones season 2. Like I tried. I watched a few episodes. When did Luke Cage come
It
out?
started getting weird. The first season
It's
of
getting
Jessica.
weird.
The first Jessica Jones suffers the same syndrome, kind of like the CW shows do. Like in that the first season's so good, it's almost like it wraps its own story up.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel like Jessica Jones needed a second season, but that's without seeing the second season. So I might need to
Luke
get back and check it out.
Cage.
There's 3 seasons of Jessica Jones, though, isn't there?
No, there's 2. Oh, don't start. I don't want to watch it. No, I want to see season 1. How many episodes?
What if you start playing?
No,
it?
there's 13 episodes, and Mahershala Ali's only in 6 of them. As Cottonmouth.
But he
So he dies early.
No, but he's not in like every episode though.
He's in the first. Like,
He's in
it
like
said
the
that
first.
It says that he dies in the 7th episode
Did
on
he?
his IMDb.
I thought it was
I'm
like
telling
right
you, dude.
at the end of the
I could have. I
season.
was gonna say I could have sworn he dies kind of early in the show, and then kind of like you realize there's like a new power structure forming and who the bad guys really are, and that's like how Diamondback gets kind of introduced over time. Because that's why the guy with the shades is there. Is he works with Diamondback?
Okay.
Isn't he like a scout for
I don't know.
That kind of?
It's been like a long time.
Yeah,
since
that
I
shows-
watched it.
The thing is, it hasn't, but like because of COVID and like just entertainment in general, it feels like so long since all that shit happened. Because we haven't had
Well,
so
I mean,
much
Luke
shit
Cage
happen.
was like in 2016.
I think it was 2017.
like late 2017. Because I remember watching it as it was like when it came out.
Yeah, I was
And
watching
that
both.
was like when I was first starting going to school at USC.
I was so excited. Good Day is 2% around. He was here earlier. I'm not sure if he's still watching.
And then I watched Defenders. Defenders was good.
Defenders was good. People like trash Defenders, and I don't get why. I thought it was. Did you watch Daredevil season 3 yet?
Not yet.
How can you watch Defenders and enjoy it and not want to watch Daredevil 3 like right away?
Well,
Like with that ending.
I need to, but I want to watch it in order. Like I know Jessica Jones is next, and then Luke Cage, or is it Luke Cage and then Jessica Jones?
It doesn't matter.
The order doesn't matter.
The order means nothing.
you
Yeah,
sure?
because they're very secluded from each other. None of those shows like the characters don't meet up again, ever.
They should though.
Yeah. Well, they were gonna do a show with Iron Fist and Luke Cage. That was like its
The
own
Heroes
thing.
for Hire.
Yeah, the Heroes for Hire was supposed to be its own thing. Really, what happened with Disney Plus? Disney Plus kind of ruined that whole Marvel Netflix thing
Mm.
because all of a sudden it's not canon anymore. Really, like not technically. Like it's canon, but it's not. Really
I
canon.
hope they bring it back.
I would hope they bring it back as much as they can. I liked it. The only thing I didn't like was one, where's Daredevil, Luke Cage? Where are these characters for like Avengers level things? Like I get that they're not like Avengers level characters in terms of what their abilities are in the shows, you know, except like Luke Cage.
Maybe.
Well, really just not Daredevil. Daredevil's really just like the Batman character. Like he doesn't have powers. Like really all three of the other ones could fuck up some aliens and shit. Jessica Jones, Luke, and Iron Fist could all fuck up
And
like
she can fly too, just not well. That's why all
Really?
that's what the jumping thing's about. Like about her being able
she
to
just
jump high.
isn't able to like do it yet. She hasn't honed it.
She can fly, but she's not good at it.
She's beautiful.
That's what the whole joke about it is in the show, because that's how she is in the comics. Like she can fly and shit, but like
It's just she's not good
she's
at
not good at all at it.
it. I hate sorting through shit on my SD card. Don't.
Jessica. Sorry, we brought up Jessica Jones and I didn't get to say it like how Kilgrave says it the whole time.
Dude, the guy the Doctor Who guy
Yeah.
that plays Kilgrave was, he's 50.
Yeah,
He looks incredible.
he was crazy.
He
in
was
that
so
show.
good in that show.
Yeah.
He was amazing. The
Oh,
poker scene where he goes and just like gets all that money.
yeah.
I was like, there's so many ways to get money. Why is this the way he wants to get the money? That was one of those. That was one of the only things
Well,
about that
for him,
show.
it was more about the ego. Of it,
Yeah.
you know what I mean,
I'm vlogging my life
Like-
for when I'm president.
like think about it like this: you
So
can
people can
you
see
can
my
walk in
journey.
anywhere and say anything, and everybody automatically does it. You know what I mean? Like that automatically goes to somebody's head.
Yeah. I wish I had that power.
I don't. It's too much power.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't know. If I had it, I think that I would definitely abuse it a little bit in the beginning just to like make my
see,
fortune.
I would be. There's like
Because I'm doing what he did.
the-
I'm doing exactly what he did. Like I'm going to a poker game.
the thing.
And doing
The
that.
thing about it is like it's one of those powers that like you almost have to be a bad guy to have it, because like you could just be talking to somebody and actually accidentally say something the wrong way, and now they have to do what you said. You know what I mean?
It's like what's her name from Umbrella Academy, the sister who can tell people what to say. I heard a rumor, the rumor chick.
Yeah. But I mean, like she has the I heard a rumor to engage it.
Yes.
He doesn't have that. He just says, and people do. You know.
Did you watch Umbrella Academy season 2?
I watched it when it came out.
Dude, that scene in the last episode when the chick, like I had a rumors her and then she says it back, I was like, that was such a crazy scene.
Yeah.
Like,
What do you think's gonna happen to her?
I don't know, man. I don't know what's gonna happen in that show.
Things are getting crazy.
That well, like, look, when you watch season 1, you never expect season 2 to be what it was. So what the fuck is season 3 gonna be? I just have no idea.
Like
there are
but
comics. There are comics that like they're following sort of like the same way that they did, like, to a capacity.
But it's funny 'cause each season so far has been kind of like the same story, but like different. In that, like, they know the apocalypse is gonna happen.
Yes,
And they have
well
to stop
that is the reason. That's the thing. But like other than that,
So
everything's super different.
I hope like season 3 is different in that like they don't have to stop an apocalypse and they can kind of just chill for a little bit, you know.
I love Klaus. Klaus might be the greatest character in all of television history. And my favorite thing about him is he works with all of the characters so well, like in such a great way. Like, and the guy that plays Diego, like they're such a good cast. Like that cast is fucking above their pay grade. I feel like they are. All of those people will go on to be like Academy Award nominated actors.
What do you think?
Like the scene when Klaus is playing, when his brother, like the ghost brother, gets in Klaus's body and talks to Diego and is telling him it's him, like that moment, I had no problem believing that was no longer the person who was playing Klaus.
Yeah.
That was that's how good of an actor that guy is. I was like, that's that character now. This moment is those two characters, not Klaus. Klaus isn't there.
yeah,
this is
Klaus
two-
gone.
Klaus is gone. That guy's
Klaus
there.
isn't here right
It's
now.
Diego and Ben, and they are having this incredible moment. The only moment that any of those characters really have with Ben, like, what's her name? Vanya. Vanya has the moment with Ben's like ghost, like when she's like going crazy with her attack or whatever, but it's not like. It's just it's like it's not the same. It's like that's like a serious moment. Like you don't get any moments with Ben like reconnecting with everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Except with that scene with Diego, which was such a good fucking scene. I needed that scene. That scene was so. By that point in the show, Diego's been through some shit, and by that scene, you're like, oh my god, Diego needed this. That's such a great thing. God, I love that. This show just fucking gets me. That sounds like something I can do now while having Charlie Boy podcast far in the background noise. Wait, what?
What about when Diego fights his daddy?
That was a great scene too.
I love how like the guy just like stabs him.
Bro,
out of
he
nowhere
just
and it's
fucking
horrible.
destroys him.
Yeah.
That dude, the dad, I am so excited about what
Whatever he is.
what he is and what that means. And just all of it was so great.
When he takes it, like when he does the thing in that room of people.
Oh my god, stop.
Did it freak you out a little bit?
Yes. I love Pogo.
Pogo's great.
Pogo's great. My doctor recommends this podcast to help cure my insomnia. Umbrella Academy. That was filmed next to my house in Hamilton, Ontario. Lots of scenes filmed around my city. That's awesome.
Nice.
Umbrella Academy speech. Thanks for this, Oscar. I'd like to thank the Academy for this one. Ben's character is back for the 3rd season. He's alive. Well, yes.
but no, it's not the same Ben.
Well, yes, but technically no. Or wait, what is it? What's that meme with the pirate?
Oh no, it's not the pirate. It's the guy from Ice Age. He's like, "Did you die?" And then he's like, "Yes, but no," or something like that.
Hold on. Well, yes, but actually no. Meme. It's not from Ice Age.
Is it not?
No, it's this pirate from something.
Pull it up. Let me see.
Here, look, it's this guy. Well, yes, but actually no.
Oh, that's from. I know what that's from. That's from this old fucking movie that we used to see trailers for.
It's not old. It came out like 2 or 3 years ago.
Is it? I
Yeah.
thought I could have sworn seen that trailer for that on the DVD for Spider-Man 2, like the original Spider-Man 2.
Might have been similar claymation. I mean, those claymation movies all still look the same.
Yeah.
Like
Claymation's
Chicken
so
Run.
cool.
It is. Dude, you know they're making a Chicken Run too? Or at least they
How?
were. What?
How?
What do you mean how?
Well, just the story's wrapped up so well in the first
I
one.
don't know. You would think.
Like,
Those characters should
Chicken
all have.
Run's like one of the very first movies I remember seeing and just falling in love with.
That movie is so good.
How old is Chicken Run?
It's got to be at least 18 years old. I want to say 2003. At like the very latest.
Not Chick-fil-A Lancaster.
Chick-fil-A.
Came out in 2000.
Wow, 21 years old.
21. Oh wow! So instead of like a picture of the characters, they have a picture of like the claymation doll, like just posed, as opposed to like a picture of the actors.
That's funny.
On the cast. for it.
That's actually hilarious.
Yeah.
Wasn't Hugh Jackman the main dude?
No, it's Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson. And who played the chick?
Julia Sawahi or Swalahi? Sawala.
OMG, I want chicken minis. Cat, why would you say that? They're not open and I can't have any. God, I want Chick-fil-A now.
I bought like a 30-piece meal. or-
Jesus.
Yeah.
How much was that? Like $40?
No, it's I think it's like $10 for a 30-piece chicken nugget box.
$10
Yeah.
for a 30-piece chicken nugget box?
Yeah.
Are you shitting in my cock right now?
No.
That is such a good price.
And you can get
That's
like,
never the
You
price.
can get like a meal with it, like fries.
With
and
Stop
a
holding your
drink.
mic.
Like with fries, and
making
you
the
can get it
sound.
with fries and a drink.
I didn't know that.
I was wondering why you do so many sandwiches when you could just get a 30-piece for like less money. And then you could just buy you some Hawaiian rolls from Walmart and make use of your own minis. and
I don't even
yours.
want. I don't care about the bread. I'd rather just have the chicken.
No, but the
Chick-fil-A.
bread makes it better.
No, it doesn't. The
Makes it
chicken
more
is what makes it
starchy
good.
or something like that. What? Oh, okay. I was reading this. I thought it said this movie was only 24 minutes. So I was like, no, it's not. And I
Could
saw
you
the-
imagine?
And then I saw the hour thing right there.
Remember when she's in the chicken pot pie machine?
Did they kill her in that movie?
No. What? She lives.
The lady?
Yeah, the
Miss
chick.
Tweety?
Oh, the lady, like the actual lady. I don't think so. No, she like part of the barn falls on her at the end, but she like lives.
June 21st,
I love the
2000.
bread.
Directors Nick Park and Peter Lord.
The bread makes it better. You gotta be shitting in my dick. All right, peace out, homies. I gotta get back to work. JoJo,
Damn, that was a
good
long
luck.
break. Was that an hour lunch?
No, I wasn't an hour. She's been here like
She's been here a while. Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
not that long. Do I have the time? I don't have the time on here.
I don't have the time at all.
That wasn't that long. It was like 20 minutes.
That's about lunch. Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't an hour. Your idea of time, you and Michael both
How good aim do you need to what is it?
shit in a dick.
Oh. Not that I mean like you don't need that good of aim. 30 minutes? Yeah, see? You were on lunch, right?
Yeah, there you go. But you
I
said
thought
an
she
hour.
had an hour lunch. Not just
Why?
30. Just
What-
'cause she
what'd you-
works so long. Like when I worked at Food
Did you do that on purpose?
No. I mean, yes, I did do it.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh my god.
For some reason, I thought you meant we're saying I do it by accident. When I worked at Walmart and I had like a 9-hour shift, I got an hour lunch, but like 2 15-minute breaks too. Really, like working isn't hard if you're just working from break to break. Like, so we would work 2 hours and take a 15-minute break, then work like an hour and 45 minutes and take our lunch, then work another hour and 45 minutes and take our other 15-minute break, then hour and 45 minutes and you get to go home.
I understand.
If you think about it like that, it's actually pretty easy to make it through a 9-hour shift. But when you work at Food Lion, they don't do your breaks like that, so it's like you just get kind of like lost in the work.
I've been spoiled by my job.
You have been.
I'll never be able to like I don't get like when like nights like this last weekend, I don't get a lot of breaks, but I like that. I like not having a lot of breaks. But I have a fun job and make good money, and like if I was at Food Lion working 9 hours and that was the break structure, I would kill myself.
So it's not like that at Food Lion. You get like your 10-minute break, 2 hours in, and then I get my lunch at like 6:30. Come back at 7, work 4 hours.
See, that's just even
But
worse.
those 4 hours are the slower part of the day, so I can kind of like give myself breaks technically.
Yeah, but I couldn't. I couldn't do it.
And sometimes
Not for the pay. The pay is what would kill me. It's not enough. I would just lose my mind doing that kind of job.
sometimes like
I'm definitely spoiled.
if it's slow,
I'm sorry for
like, there's-
sounding the way I sound. Everybody.
there's a good like hour between like because I don't start pulling teals till probably about like 9 o'clock, 8:45, depending on how busy we are. So after like I come back from lunch and I do my timers and everything, I get done with all that by 7:45. So there's like a good hour or so where there's just nothing for me to do right then and there, unless it's just like watching the floor, making sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. Because I can't. I mean, like I have a full staff there. There's no reason to
Yeah.
pull tills, you know. Especially if we're busy.
On your breaks, treat yourself to the pleasure of Charlie Boy's podcast.
Ah, there you go. I can
It's a
start
treat.
listening to
You'll
us
thank me.
and
Yeah.
catch up.
Right. My long break is 30 minutes. I have 2 other breaks that are 15 minutes.
Yep. See, but see, I was expecting you to have an hour because you work like what, a 12-hour shift?
Well, that is an hour technically.
What?
2 15-minute breaks and a 30-minute break. She has an hour that she has
No.
broken
But I
up.
mean like an hour plus the 2:15s.
Oh.
Also, I thought you were going back to work. Why are you still here listening to us?
Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah.
Go to work.
She's gonna be like, I was late, boss, and they're gonna be like, why? And I was like, I was watching these idiots on Twitch talk about what I do for work.
I'll listen to your podcast during my break.
Actually, JoJo, if
When
your
I start
boss is
my
there, put
big-
him on.
Big girl job.
Get him to tell us what's going on over there.
What's your big girl job gonna be, Kat?
The laundromat thing, or whatever she's doing right now. Dry cleaning.
What?
She's doing something like right now. She's like working somewhere.
Okay, that's a lot of information. Dry cleaners. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I knew it was something like that.
Well, that's the 3rd time I've used the excuse at work that I've listened to 2 idiots online. That's why I'm late. I love it.
Yep, that's good. That's good podcasting right there.
Well, I think she means the dry cleaners, but
Oh, okay.
anyway, guys, we just hit 2 hours. This podcast flew by kind of fast tonight.
It
for me.
did.
Like,
Well,
we've been live for 2
we've
hours.
talked about
Like
this
you woke me up
before.
2 hours ago. Like, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, we've talked about this
Like I
before.
feel like I just
though,
woke up.
that like if we do multiple podcasts a week, they kind of fly by in terms of like they kind of lump themselves together. Like it's
Mhm.
like I told you, by the time I'm going back to work this week after
Yeah.
my 2 days off, it'll be the last day of the podcast for the week. Isn't that crazy to think about?
Yeah.
'Cause
That's
we're
weird.
only like halfway through right now.
I don't like when they go by fast. I like when they go by slow. I like
Well,
when a week feels like a week.
I like it because to me, like it feels like it's going fast because we're having fun. You know.
Yeah.
That's it. So
2 hours seems like a 15-minute break to me. Shit, I'm late, boss. Don't fire me. There's a hot boy at the dry cleaners. Oh my God, Kat.
Oh my God! Here we go again.
Why are you the way you are?
We need a button that's like has like here we go again or something.
Excuse me.
What is this black spot on my finger? And why won't it go away?
With Creighton having questions about black spots on his finger,
The black spot.
ban a person for 5 minutes. Well, we're ending the podcast, so you kind of wasted that. But, you know, Alex, I'm sorry. I got to ban you for 5 minutes. 2% redeemed 15,000 channel points. But it's okay because we're ending anyway. So
Yeah.
you'll be banned for 5 minutes, but it won't mean much in the long run.
In the grand scheme.
So we're
of
sorry.
things.
Here, wait. What am I doing? Let me do it here.
You must be shitting in my dick.
I'm just gonna time you do the 10-minute timeout because it won't mean anything because we're gonna be like off in the next 4 minutes anyway.
2%. I did it as a meme, to be honest.
Yes, but it happened anyway. You ruined Alex. You
You
killed
can
him.
call it off though, right?
Not anymore. It's over. He's been timed out.
Wow.
I could untime him out, but all his messages wouldn't come back. It's okay, Alex. Listen, know that we love you and that this wasn't personal. It was about 2%. Fuck
Get
Alex.
fucked.
Get fired. Oh my God. Okay. Good night, boys. See you tomorrow. He is very attractive. Oh, the boy. Wait, I've known him since I was like 13. How is it that you move from one state to another and all of a sudden
you still
know everybody around you? Okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
see you guys tomorrow. 2%. I missed you tonight. I love you.
Goodbye.
You guys have a good night. Goodbye.
Have a nice night.